Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. How you guys doing? Today finally is the day where the Linnea early access videos have shown up. I guess it's a Friday now, whatever. Hoya keeps pushing that day to a different time, whatever. Usually it's Wednesday, this time it's Friday. It's fine. We're gonna check a lot of those out. I want to see what people are feeling and maybe some Stygian testing so we can better gauge what is possible. I've already seen a DHC WSP C0R0 clear, I think. It might have been C0R1. So that was sub half a minute. So maybe I can clear Dire. Who knows? We'll see. Otherwise, there's apparently some more Nicole information. It's marked as sus, so I assume it's wrong. But we'll see. And yeah, more Abysstyigianing and of that like. Who do we got? Max, W first redeem, welcome in. Hello Lilesh, hello Meme Sword, hello Cloud Psycho. Normal starting time for me? Yeah. I was just not awake. I was like, it's because of the I always forget the thing. I always forget the name of it. I always forget the name of it every single time. Because of the time move thing, now would be the normal time I stream. So it would still be fine. People wouldn't be mad. So who cares, bro? Hello Momo, hello Zero to Tokyo. Hello Andri, hello GP Keep, hello INF, hello Andromeda. Is 70 crit rate over 229 crit damage and 2.8k attack good on Navia? Probably not, no. Navia is one of those characters that is, like, impossible to play on low crit. One I probably recommend, like, a 2 to 3 crit ratio instead of a 1 to 2 crit ratio. It is actually really bad to miss crits on Navia. But I guess it's also a character you can crit fish easier with because of the fewer hits, so it's like kind of balances out. Kinda balances out. ANF, W's 25 stream streak. Android, W's 7 stream streak. Will it be possible to break Gecko Geo Shield without Lunar Crystallis and good team? I think so, yeah. Like a Geo team should be able to break the shield still. We'll see. Maybe we have some footage. Just Rebby, welcome in. So yeah, we'll do dailies and then we'll check that out. I really want to see some Linnea stuff. She looks incredible already. Well, we'll see. What's this event thing? Ah yeah, this fucking thing. I hate this thing. The daily hour of me trying to figure out what to farm with this, because I don't want to waste it. Okay, we already have enough stuff for Traveler, I think. Do we? Don't message me on Discord, please. If you want help with Stygian, just say so in the chat. Yeah, I can check it out. You send a request. Okay, how many craftable can I do? 22. Is that enough for 999? Maybe not. Whatever. I'll farm some more for Pyro Traveler. I'm never gonna use them, but you know, whatever. I just farm mats for Fav. Do I have a Fav that I haven't leveled to 90? Wait, is this also for thing? For weapon mats as well? Oh yeah. Yeah, weapons are probably a better idea. Good idea. What haven't I leveled to 90 yet? I'm a level 90 merchant. I can level my Fav bows to 90, I guess, but that's generally not that important. I already have one. I have 4 level 90 Fav lances and 1 level 90 Fav bow, 4 level 90 Fav swords. I guess I could get the bows to 90, but usually it's like low impact. Maybe the claymore. Meh. Other good weapons? Not really. This bow is mid. I have Lithic Spear, apparently. I don't even remember when that happened. Just ask the question, don't ask if you can ask a question. Yeah, I don't know if I have any good weapons to level. Maybe another level 90 TTDS. I have 2 already. A third one. Not another Witsiv. Not any of these bows. They need to make more fish weapons, man. What happened to that? We only have 2. I want more fish weapons. Ibis Piercer. Anyone remember that? Hoya has made like 17 different attack EM bows that no character in the game uses. I don't get why they keep doing those. Okay, we'll just level 5, I guess. Got Skirk and Escafam before they got in Effa and Colombino. My luck's insane. That's pretty good, yeah. Just write a request and tell me when you finished. Was it these? I think it was, yeah. What is this domain again? I just Hydro Slimes. We can use this. Hello Yagami, hello Zeno. I lost 50-50 on Esco at 52 pity. Now I'm at 72 pity. Don't know if I will get. It should be doable. That's only like 3 pulls before you're in soft pity range.
Mine to wield.
There you go. Good enough. I just want help with the first boss. What do you have? Are you not listening? I have no idea what you have. That's why you need to send a request, so I know what you have. I cannot help you if I don't know what the fuck you have. And I don't want you to tell me every single one of your characters one by one. It's a fucking screenshot of your characters. It takes like... it's on Hoya Lab. It takes 12 seconds to get it. It's not that difficult. You have everything, I'm sure. Is Hoya really not going to release an event weapon anymore? I don't know. We'll see. It depends on what the next free stuff is. If it's another skin, then apparently, yeah, we lost event weapons. But if it's like a rotation of like skins, weapons, and free characters, then it's just higher delay between weapons. I don't think we know yet. Right? Do we know? Because I don't think next patch is a free character, and after that, once we see what the next free item is, we will know. If the next one is a weapon, we're fine. Like it's just like, oh, the weapons have been delayed. If the next one is a 4-star weapon skin, we're cooked. No more free weapons. I hope that doesn't happen because I didn't like the skin. I didn't want the skin. I don't even like the delay option, because that's just fewer free stuff, because skins are fucking useless. So I hope that doesn't happen. Okay, what do I do with the rest? I guess we just farm some artifacts. I need a stronger, what? At this point I could go for a stronger Zabai, to be honest. My Linnea is not that crazy. Sucrose Varesa? I don't know about that, Lalesh. Isn't yours also 300 ping? It is possible to do with Varesa, but like I think I only did that with like a C1 C1 Varesa with C6 Janssen or something. Nah, Night Soul Shield isn't real shield. A lot of things can get through Night Soul Shield pretty easily. Night Soul Shield isn't even that big of a deal. The Gecko is the real problem. The Gecko is gonna be hard to deal with for a lot of people. It should be like... Is it easier than the other one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's actually easier than...
Annihilate. Mine to wield.
Sir. Thank you. Get N5'd. Good enough. What's your favorite anime opening? What was it? I don't really have one, I guess. Ooh, double crit attack goblets with EM. I'll keep that. Instruct me. Meh. Also kept forgetting to check instructor, I think. Did you already see the leaks? Which ones? There's a lot of leaks. You mean the Nicole stuff? That's marked as sus on the Reddit? Is that? No. I've seen that it exists and we're gonna check it out, but I've not seen what it is. Boop boop. Boop boop. Is that the one that's on Reddit? Because yeah, then we will check that out in a minute after doing the Linnea stuff. HP circlets? Nah, nothing. Linnea Early Access videos are out. We have a ton of videos, like more than ever, I feel like. I've already seen like a fearless clear in like 60 seconds with C0. I don't think that is C0R0, I think that's C0R1. But we'll see. I hate C0R1. I'm with the Jeff on this one. If you say C0, don't bother saying don't bother telling me C0 if it's not C0R0. Genuinely, like, R1s are stronger than C1s every time, basically. When was the last character with a C1 was stronger than an R1? Like, ages ago. No, not Llama. Actually, not Llama. Like, it's been forever since the R1 was worse. It's like, oh, we're gonna pretend like this is, like, low investment, but it's actually more impactful than getting constellations. And barely less pull cost. I don't like it. Milani, Nefer, both of them, both of their SIGs are better than their C1s. I don't know about Milani, but like Nefer definitely is. Her SIG is better than her C1. But Milani, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea how Milani, what is going on with Milani. Okay, another week down. This is coming up very quickly. Look at that. Yeah, Nilo is the choice. Nilo is the choice. Escoffier is the C1 is stronger than the R1. The C1 is stronger than the R1. Zabai also has a stronger C1 than R1. No, wait, yeah, Zabai actually. No, you're right. The Zabai C1 is actually barely better. That's true. Barely. I did that calc yesterday. It's like 1k DPS higher. It's literally 1k DPS higher to go a SIG instead of C1. Cooked. Ruins my shit. But most of the time it's not true. And FSC1 is way worse than R1. It's not way worse, but R1 is just literally the same thing but better. Most characters C1 R1 is better than their C1. Linnea's R1 is definitely a lot better. So I keep winning. It's like only Zabai basically recently. And people pretend like that's like constellations are so, oh, that's scary, but the R1, that's okay. Like, come on. That's Hoyo brainwashing going on. Okay, daily's done. Let me go to the teapot. Oh, that's an awfully hot teapot. Did you already find out who's right about the C1? Of course we did, and it was me. But that's fine.
This realm is...
What about Flint C1 versus R1? I think actually the C1 was stronger. I don't remember.
If you ever...
Literally everyone knows that the C1 is worthless, Kirei. You're the only person I've ever even like attempt to state that, like, oh, what if it works for the reaction? No one else even considered it, and it wasn't true. I mean, I guess I don't know yet, but like no one else even remotely considered it. Go ask DHCWSP, probably tested it. Where do I go? I just assume not that everyone else is wrong about it as well. Most of the characters are broken C2s. Solitude, W7 stream streak. Yeah, Farina has a better C1. It has old characters. Yeah, that is to be considered. C1 does have higher ER requirements without R1, so I don't know if that works out the Kekium standard, to be honest. Wait, am I in the teapot? I just did the thing. I didn't even realize.
This realm...
What's your first impression of Nicole? I have not seen her kit, and she is not leaked properly yet either. Momo, thank you for hydrate. We will see proper Nicole leaks the day before she comes out. Until then, we have like very conflicting information all the time. probably this one will be similarly conflicting. Do you think Iluga will be on Linnea's banner? I hope so. That would be a good idea. Is Hutao C2 any good? I want her to free cons. Her C1 and C2 are both meh. They're both okay. They don't do much though. Don't expect much. They say it doesn't apply pyro at all. I don't know how that's gonna work, but the point of that is so she works with melt teams. Oh, there's a survey. Do we do a survey? Version satisfaction survey. I think it might be time for a survey, actually. How satisfied with this version of Genshin? Neutral. Homewards. He who caught the wind. Somewhat satisfied. I like that event. Varka. Like, how satisfied I am for, like, the story? Or, like, just the character? Oh, yeah. Somewhat, very unsatisfied. Somewhat satisfied. Somewhat satisfied. Somewhat satisfied. Yeah, those ones are fine. Which character challenges have you experienced? None of these. I don't have these losers. I have not experienced either of these. How satisfied are you with Iliastra Wonderland? Oh boy. The system interface is difficult to use. Bugs. The content creation and editing experience is poor. That's about it. Wolf's Gravestone enough for Mawika, thinking about her sick for wait for Zitlali. I mean, Wolf's Gravestone is good enough for me. Has been. I get like 167k DPS with Wolf's Gravestone Mawika. Zitlali belts. C3 Luga replaces C5 Goro or not? He does. Unless the Goro is C6, he's useless. Do you think the current version of Iliastra Wonderland is fun to play? Not fun. How satisfied if the social experience? I don't care. I don't do social. I don't give a fuck. These cosmetics all look dog shit to me. I'm satisfied. I have never liked a single one of these cosmetics. All of them look like what if Roblox had more polygons. Never in my life have I looked at those and be like, oh, that looks good. I did participate in IT. The Electro Cryo Anima one. That one was a little stupid. Yesterday you told me the Mawika vape was bad. Why? Because it's just worse than every other archetype. And it uses Farina, who you would probably prefer to use in the Skirk team, where she actually does something. It just doesn't have a good Hydro character for it. No one applies enough Hydro for you to use better combos. At least much better combos. Like, there's no Hydro character that applies enough Hydro for Mawika to properly use the, like 9-10 melt. And Farina's application is inconsistent while she's the best buffer for that team. It's kind of just like, it doesn't have a Hydro character. You don't proc like Yalan if you do the CDCs properly. You don't proc Sincho if you do the CDCs properly. It's just kind of cooked. That's ass IT. Yeah, that IT was awful. I have a small question if I may ask. How much is Kekim Standard Skirk with non-optimized combo and optimized combo at 60 FPS ceiling? I think it was around 150k DPS. Was it? It was just basically... It was basically just this calc on GC Sim. Damut, thank you for follow. Welcome in. It was basically just this one, right? Skirk, Brina Sidlali. The one that's 150k. But then you changed Blizzard Stray to Mario Chaussee. This one was Kekim Stranded, right? 7, 10... 2 attack rolls. Like 150-ish? They literally asked about the combo. They literally asked about what is Kekium standard of the combo Lexer. That's what they asked. What is the Kekium standard with optimized combo and non-optimized combo. This is the optimized combo. This is the best you can do in 60 FPS. And that would yield 150k DPS. Although I don't even know if this is Kekim standard. It seems... Oh no, 9 attack rolls, I see. So that's... Is that too many attack rolls? No. Yeah, that's 26. I do need to turn off the burst. No, is it? No, there's no burst here. There is no burst here. Where are you getting this from? Oh, there it is. Okay, then just remove this. This? No. I don't know how to remove it. I don't know how to remove the burst. I'd have to look at the code. Maybe 140 then. What's the highest difficulty? I did lunar mode. What's a good Marika overload to me? Anything with Traverse and Janssen. Last character is flexible. You can use Bennett with a very specific combo. Oron is good. Fischl works even. How satisfied with the March season of Imaginary Theater? Somewhat unsatisfied. That was kind of hard. How interesting do you find the March season of Imaginary Theater? Is it different? This one? Neutral. How difficult is the March? Is the current one neutral? I don't got anything. Radiant Mooncook, very unsatisfied. Very unsatisfied. How satisfied with Boreas Shadow? That's a boss that didn't do anything. It hasn't been a quality of life update section in the streams for like 5 months. Are you guys done with making this game better? Question mark. End of service? Yeah. I have no idea what they're doing, but like I have a million things to say, and because I have a million things to say, I have nothing to say. So I'm just gonna continue. Okay, survey complete. You have already completed. I'm well aware. Give me my 30 primo gems. My 30,000 Mora, I mean. Okay, let's hop on the second account, do dailies over there. Have you watched any Linnea early access clips? I've watched one single clear. And the rest I will watch right now, once we finish this. We gotta check out what she does. But I think there's not gonna be anything new to find, I guess. Because Linnea is a pretty simple character. Not much happens, so it's Linnea. I don't think we're gonna find anything crazy. What was I farming on this account? Just artifacts. Let's go back in the codex domain. Let's see if we can make my what's her name? My Chaska not suck. Is 100 crit rate over 200 crit damage with 6 attack good for Navia? Any recommendations on improving it? I can't really tell. I don't know her base stats on how they interact with everything. But that doesn't sound bad. 1-2 ratio. Attack looks fine. Tab skill damage is way above my expectation, but we'll see your reaction. You mean like the max damage? I don't think that's gonna be higher than I think. I think it's just everyone is running R1 because they're cheaters.
Be silent. Observe.
Everyone is just cheating. Everyone is R1ing. The free-to-play goat and they play her with Sig. I can't. Ruin my
Defensive mode.
my goat's reputation.
Close your eyes. Night.
These guys are actually really hard to deal with, to be honest.
See you.
These guys are interesting. Like this is a strong domain. They do a lot of damage. Man, I never make food on this account. C6R5 should hit 3.6 mil. 3.6 million DPS? Or like damage. Oh, yeah, that's okay. I want to know the Zabai DPS now. I need DHCWSP to go on that stat. I want to see C6R5 Zabai maximum damage. I want to see if it's more than the fur. I think her C6 is worse than Llama's,
Close your
so I
eyes.
assume it's not gonna be higher.
Dark.
But we'll see.
Observe.
Hello, another medium. Welcome in. Hello, Percy. Boop, boop. Hello, Solo. We're doing some dailies. We're gonna hop on Linnea early access videos. I want to see everything.
Be silent.
Does anyone have
Close
like
your
constellation
eyes.
breakdown so
Night
like the
falls.
C1 thing can finally be done for? It's not more? Wait, what is it then?
Surge. A new moon rise.
I mean, I don't know what you care, meme sword. Still the goat, fire.
Observe. Do you
It's
hear
like
the
applauding like a billionaire for having like for being like the first 100 billionaire or something. Like, I just like to know. Mercia say Hunter Navia is bait. Non-functional. I don't know. When did you make this account? Like on Chaska's rerun. Whenever I know the exact day. It's 10 days before Chaska's rerun was over. Chaska's first rerun was over. So that's probably like a year and a half ago now. It's an old account, but I haven't played on it much. It only has like 100 active days. Or like 200 active days maybe.
Thank you for Add Astra.
Year and a half ago was Chaska's release. Was it? No. I think you're I think the timeline is wrong there. Might have been the I don't know when it is. Whenever Chaska's was it the rerun or was it the original run? It might have been just the original run, yeah. It might have not been the rerun. No, it was not the rerun. Yeah, it was the original run. Yeah, you're right. It was not the rerun. I meant the original run. I forgot about this. Man, who cares? Do you have weapons to level on this account? Probably, right? Being at level 95. When will they announce the 4 stars? A couple days before the banner is out. So, like, assume like 2 or 1 day before the new patch is out. Am I gonna use one of these? Nah, why not? Nah, why? Yes. This dude needs help. I need help. Okay, let's go check out some early access videos for Linnea. Let's see what's up. So, who do we look at? Who has a good video? A good start for me is Linnea. Into the YouTubes. 7, tested 20 teams. Then I am here. Hello, me. I guess I win to lose as always. Leia broke Genshin. I can check what DHCWSP is doing. Jamie made a video. Interesting. Meta-analysis. We could check out the Jamie. You don't need Zabai after... Ugh, my goodness. People are so... It's always going to be R1 and it's going to just be the front-loaded one skill that she gets to do every 20 seconds. People have... Like, people get absolutely brain destroyed by, like, a big number. It's very funny. You just post a big number and people get like, oh my god, this is the new best character in the game. Ignore the fact that she can do one of those every 18 seconds.
I had the chance.
Alright, let's start with 7. C2 with Sackboy looks fun. It doesn't. C2 is a very unfun constellation. It removes a ton of the fun of the character. 25 million hit on Linnea? Probably. Not. Yeah, I don't think she can bypass the cap.
Hello.
I assume that's 2.5 million.
To try Linnea a few days earlier.
Okay, let's check out some early access videos, starting with 7. 7 is the GOAT at guide, so this is probably going to be the one that has the most information. Let's see.
Than most, so for this video I want to try something new. After showcasing her kit, builds, calcs, and
look at that big
detail like
number! Bro! What? What? I think 7 always tests with R1, so this is kind of low, to be honest.
Find about this
considering that's all her damage for the entire rotation.
new character, I also prepared a big segment.
Oh, that's with Goro. With Goro skill, is that? Yeah, that's it. That makes it.
Where I collected all my unedited runs that include many different teams against the upcoming Stygian
Let's
rotation.
see. So Navia, I know. Columbina, really? I know over Farina?
Know if you like
better DPS than Zabai. But like Linnea by herself, it isn't. No? Linnea broke Genshin's damage limits. I assume that just means the test server doesn't have the damage limits. Ah, these guys. Interesting. Yeah, these guys triple your damage. Oh, maybe they didn't think about this. Interesting. Maybe they didn't, Hoyo just didn't think about this. Like, these guys just triple your damage. Maybe the damage check that they do is before the check that like caps the damage they do. Wait, then wouldn't you have a bigger hit? No, this is the highest single lunar hit in the game. Yeah, this is the highest scaling single lunar hit in the game. Her mash skill, that is interesting. Or is it when they're downed? I thought it was when they're not downed. Yeah, it is when they're not downed. That's very interesting. Yeah, Linnea has the highest scaling single lunar hit in the game. I assume either Hoyo doesn't have the cap on the test server, or, which is also possible, that they just completely forgot about adjusting that, like checking that cap post this bar's 3x multiplier. Is there any good DPS that could use this compared weapon? I mean, anyone, right? It's a crit damage attack stat stick. Anyone can use it. That's very funny. That is interesting.
I got to my channel.
Oh my god, where did I start?
the idea. Of course, keep in mind that this is an
Go check out 7's video, by the way. Boom.
early access video. I will pin a comment with any change that might happen on release.
Okay,
but without
fighting
further
Hera.
ado, let's check out
Is this like an
Linnea.
auto team? Oh yeah, I want to definitely play one of these. This team has 3 characters that just sit around and do damage. And if you add another Hydro character, you have a higher uptime on all of their abilities, which is what I've been thinking of. I wanted to use Farina because she has pets, so I have 3 minion characters. And I thought about putting Columbina there as well, just for the sake of, like, she is just really good.
That might happen on release.
Yeah, I was thinking for Farina as well. Just I like the pets.
But without further ado, let's check out Linnea.
The healing is not a bad
5-star
idea,
bow
because
geo
then you don't have to use Linnea Burst, and then you can be more auto. But
unit
you can also, I guess, swap to Farina Burst,
that,
Farina skill.
well, does very many things.
Yes.
She has solid off-field damage,
Yep.
nuke potential, she's a healer, shreds geo resistance, has some buffs, and is a moon sign character.
Yeah.
Meaning she activates and buffs Lunar Crystallite.
She is like
She's
a
not
perfectly designed character. She's so fun. I wish the bite wasn't released.
To be the strongest off-fielder, nor the strongest healer, buffer,
Exactly,
or debuffer.
but she's good at everything.
But the value is being able to do all of them and
What's the hit
decently
damage?
well.
How much does you hit?
Plus,
for?
she's placing herself as the best
She is hitting for 117 here.
option for one of the strongest teams already in the game,
Yeah.
which is now going to be even stronger.
Yeah,
Let's see how
definitively
exactly.
the strongest
First
team.
off, meet Lumi.
Lumi!
When not in Linnea's
He's so
backpack, she will be
She's
the
so
way we
cute.
get both Geo and Lunar Crystallites damage out.
All
And
I can
for the
think about
first
is the old
time,
man
Hoyo
voice.
decided to shift away from the tap and hold system for elemental skills. To summon Lumi, we can instead either tap the skill or spam tap it. If you simply cast it, then Lumi will attack twice every 2 seconds, dealing Geo damage. If Moon
Wait a second.
cast it, then Lumi will attack
see.
twice every
Yeah.
2 seconds.
Okay, so like the thing about Lumi is that the attack pattern is supposed to be lunar hit into non-lunar hit into non-lunar hit, right? So you start off with a lunar hit, but it can only happen if moondrifts are around. So optimally, you want to play it in a way, at least in the first rotation, that you get the moondrifts before. That you get the moondrifts before you start putting Lumi out, so you actually get 4 lunar hits in the rotation, which she does get, right? She gets 4 lunar hits in the rotation, which means, I mean, I didn't update my calc on that, but it is just upscale. I don't mind being conservative in my assumptions, but that would just be upscale. If she gets 4, it's at 178 instead of 174. So closer to 180 KDPS.
Stealing Geo damage. If Moon Drifts are nearby,
That's my goat right
then
there.
she will also alternate
Man, I can't wait for this
Geo
character.
damage to a bigger hit that counts as direct lunar crystallite.
The
And
Lumi
this is where
animation
she
is
gets
so
the
fun.
majority of her damage. The way these two
Yeah,
attacks alternate
like, how
is
much, like, 90? Is it 8? How much? I actually never checked the percentage. She does a lot of the moondrift damage as well.
usually 2 Geo attacks into 1 lunar crystallite.
Yeah, you gotta do, wait, I mean, CA? A CA in first rotation before E. With, then? Isn't it just Columbina normal attack before you E?
If Moondrifts are present before you cast Lumi, then luckily she starts with the lunar crystallites. But
And then just do a
otherwise,
different
she
Geo
will apply
character
Geo
first.
once before actually giving you the bigger hit. So, while her damage is higher because of the direct
From a different Geo character. You could just do Iluga, or Goro even.
reactions, it's not completely just that. And the classic Geo hits are still a decent chunk of damage on their own, and since there are always 2 of them, they help quite a bit with triggering lunar crystallized reactions. But how about the other way to cast her skill?
What did he say?
A chunk of damage on their own, just that. So, while her damage is higher because of the direct reactions, it's not completely just that. And the classic Geo hits are still a decent chunk of damage on their own.
6k attacks. Wow!
And
It's not
since there are
0. Let me check the percentage. Do you get the photo on Discord? Stop writing me on Discord, brother. I don't know what's wrong with me. I literally told you don't send me shit on Discord. You have no grouper. You have Kaza. Okay, yeah, I can do it. C5 Bennett, C6 that Bennett before I hop on that account. I will not be playing C5 Bennett. Yes, you can do that. If your Bennett is C6. I guess, was it intentional or not intentional? I'm busy! My god, everyone wants to comment the stream.
of them, they help
Can I watch? But yeah, what's the percentage for lunar shit? It was if you just look at the if you include the lunar damage from the moon drifts, then it's only like 15%. If you don't include that, it's probably like 25.
quite a bit with
20 probably.
triggering lunar crystallized reactions. But how about the
It's possible without C6 Bandit, you're fine.
other way to cast her skill? If you press the skill multiple
Boop.
times, or right after the skill spam the attack button,
Hello,
Linnea
mnemonics.
will feed Lumi to make her do a huge lunar crystallites hit.
Yep.
This is basically front-loading all the damage she would generally do in a rotation.
Yeah, it should basically always be the case. Even in a 20-second rotation, I don't think you get a 5th hit out. Right?
The hit is exactly 4 times the multiplier of her simple tap
Is the strongest C0 now Zabai, yeah?
version. However, with this version, her attacks will only be Geo and be much slower, only
Yeah.
hitting once every 5 seconds.
Yeah,
which
that's really bad. It's basically never worth it unless it's like the last rotation and you're like finishing off the damage. Yeah, the big nuke is one you want to pop when the boss is about to like run away. If it starts like a second phase, he's about to run away. you wouldn't get the other damage. But that's gonna reduce the shield breaking. Maybe not even, to be honest.
Also results in less lunar crystallized reactions being triggered. This version doesn't sound that great once you factor in that it takes longer to cast it, but it's interesting.
It
and
has
I
its
think
use
we can
case.
find some cool use out of it.
Yeah, it
The
has
early
use
access
case.
server for me has very high ping, and for example,
Oh,
if
yeah.
I ever needed to wait for energy, I definitely had the time to cast it. It's also particularly
Waiting for energy. Oh,
useful when
Don't
a
remind
stage
me
or
of
boss
Asia.
is about to end, or it's
Look at
also
that.
particularly useful when a
Bop, bop, bop.
stage or boss
I think we're
is
gonna get a
about
lot
to
of use out of that specifically. Just I have 3 seconds left. Swap to Linnea and do the nuke.
end, or when there are good buffs that Linnea gets to enjoy only when she is on field.
With
Even
Goro.
applying less Geo could be useful sometimes.
I couldn't see
But
it!
for now,
Bruh!
and generally, I would
Interesting. Going Goro's skill into Linnea tap into Goro burst.
stick to her top version, while keeping an eye out for the
Huh.
multi-tap one. Moving on, we can check her
45k
burst.
from Vito.
Linnea will
Holy.
heal the entire party based on
I
her
played daily
defense,
with this
and then
ping. Why? Is that actually the best server? That's cooked.
further on the active character. On a double defense
Whee!
main stat build and a decently leveled up burst, you can expect around 7000 HP back for the entire team, and then around 1.4 for the active character every second.
Alright,
for 12
yeah, I forgot to farm more talents for her burst. I think I'm gonna level it to 9.
seconds in total. But that's
Just
not
to
all.
be safe.
The burst also summons Lumi like a top skill if she's not there already. If she is instead, it refreshes its duration. Kind of like Fischl's burst. However, it's important to notice that if Lumi is already there, then she will not change her form. Meaning, if you use the top version, she will refresh that one. And if you use the multi-top version, the burst will keep that.
That's so sad. This means even if you use the burst, the burst version, the mash version of her skill is not gonna start having better app.
This doesn't include the big initial nuke, of course. It's just a recast. The burst itself actually doesn't do any damage. And that's almost all of her kit. We
Yeah.
have a bunch of passives, but they are very straightforward
They are.
and important.
Sekbo double nuke. Sekbo isn't very good though. But I guess you can like do Sekbo in like teams where you just do Linnea Bina. Linnea Bina with just Goro Iluga, no Zabai, is not a bad team. In that team you can run Sekbo Linnea.
Ascension 1 is 15 Geo Rush
We're gonna have to test that as well.
enemies nearby when Lumi is out. If another Moonsign unit is in the team, then 15 more, for a total of 30%. Ascension
res.
4 is instead
Sekbo
an
nuke is the
elemental
new meta?
mastery
No.
buff based on 5% of
It
her
doesn't
defense,
work
but
well.
with a condition. If the active unit is a Moonsign character, then that character's EM increases.
Boom.
If not instead, Linnea's
Boom.
own elemental mastery increases. This
Boom.
results in at least about 100 EM,
Where's the
but
Linnea
of
hits?
course it
Was
can
that
be
one?
more.
I
Again,
couldn't see.
this is only for one character. Either the active one if it's a Moonsign one,
This
or
is
to
fearless?
Linnea. Elemental Mastery is not the best stat generally for someone like Zabai or Linnea herself, but it still contributes to their
It's
reactions.
okay.
The Moonsign talent is like most others
4 a.m.
buffs
and
the
I'm watching a
base
Kecleon VTuber. I'm a PNG tuber. Know the difference.
damage of any lunar crystallized depending on Linnea's defense, up to 14%. You need 2000 defense to max it out. And now, my favorite passive
Oh, I
actually.
love this
Her
shit.
charge
I saw
attack
some videos of
outside
this.
of combat
Holy.
is faster, and if aimed at rocks, she
Dude.
will briefly summon Lumi.
If aimed at rocks, she summons Lumi. Lumi picks up all the rocks in the area. It's so convenient. And on top of that, she can catch animals with it. She has the best exploration passive in the world.
Who will slam the ground and then
Should I get Linnea or Nefer? Depends on what you have. If you have Zabai, Linnea is definitely the pick. If you don't have Zabai and you have Llama and Columbina, then you get Nefer. You only want one lunar DPS. So you get that lunar DPS.
suck them all up. This works on any ores for
Dude,
what I
look
could
at the
test,
AoE!
and it has a nice range, but not infinite. You can mark them from very far away, but you need about this distance to actually make Lumi collect
That actually kind of makes. Oh, it didn't get the
them
ones
for
on
you.
the edge there. Okay, so it's-
Additionally, aiming at specific wildlife will basically act like this gadget. This
at
was
that.
released way back in Inazuma, and it's used to capture those creatures.
What I am wondering now, does this count towards the achievement? Does the ubiquity net need to be used, or does this ability have to be like cast? Could she be the way that people get this insanely hard achievements that take 7 months to get? Is it no? How long is it? 7 weeks? You get 5 per week. You need 100. So that's like 20 weeks. That gets 4 months. That gets like 5 months to get. If that counts, people can do a achievement that usually takes 5 months to do in a day.
To add them in your teapot.
I have 100
It's also
foxes in my teapot. Nice.
used for a few achievements, and since the gadget itself is kind of expensive, she can technically save a grand total of 300,000 mora. If
Wait, she actually does. If you're going for the full, she actually does. It's not even the mora cost that it saves. This shit takes 5 months to do. You get 5 per week unless they change the number. Did they change the number recently? I did it with when it was 5 thing per week.
you're going for the full achievement, of course.
It has a weekly cap. Like this shit. Oh wait, it has a weekly cap on her as well. Never mind then. Is it also 5? No one told me about a weekly cap. Fuck this
This is
game.
also the way she can unlock skins for her backpack,
Still, okay, so you are saving money at least, I guess.
as we've seen in the live stream.
That's
Aside
good.
from this passive, I didn't mention her attack talent at all because not really much is
Okay.
in here. And on a very last note, I have a bunch of things I tried or noticed. Lumi has pretty good range, but will prioritize the enemies near you. She can
Interesting.
absolutely be moved and kind of staggered by enemies' attacks,
Really? Lumi can get staggered?
but she has a fast recovery. The resistance shred is around Lumi, not around you, so at times it might not affect every enemy in AoE. The range
Interesting.
is a bit more
She can go up though.
than the
That's good.
distance of these two towers. It also seems to affect
Why is she swapping targets? Finish this guy off, bro.
enemies regardless of their height.
Is there any limitation on how many times we can farm rocks? Farm rocks? Probably not, no?
I also tried some weird techs like Molani double hits that you can do with Escoffier, or applying elements to Lumi,
Oh yeah, right. I assume that doesn't work here.
but as far as this preview server, none of these seem to work. Lastly,
Yeah.
Lumi generates
I guess Lumi is unaffected by all of this stuff.
3
Less interesting.
geoparticles
Eh.
on hit even when you are on another character, and that happens every 9 seconds, which is on hit, none of these seem to work. Lastly, Lumi generates 3 geoparticles
Yeah,
on hit
this is pretty
even
massive
when you
app,
are on
the
another
generation.
character, and that happens every 9 seconds.
You get
which
6
is actually
energy
very
per
good,
rotation.
as most, if not all of this energy will go to your on-fielder that is
Yep.
likely Geo. Now, I also had the
Zebai
time to do
should
some
not
calcs
struggle to
that I
burst
wanted
with
to
this character.
share, and then we can cover teams and more gameplay,
at that, 3
especially in
energy.
Stygian.
Oh!
So, let's talk about builds. Linnea is a lunar character, so stats like damage percentage and geo damage do not matter for
Do you think Linnea is better than Sucrose for lunar wheelchair? What kind of lunar wheelchair are we talking about? Like Binefa? No. A lot of people are talking about these teams, but I think that's a detriment to tell people about these like just worse teams. Linnea is basically Inefa. She is very similar to Inefa, and both of them want a reaction to happen. And if both of them are attacking a Hydro Aura, the reaction for both of them will happen less. So you're basically nerfing both Inefa and Linnea when playing them together. I don't like that team. From my calcs and my testing, I've seen that instead of 5 Moondrifts, you get 4. And it doesn't stop her from doing damage, but you just get less Inefa damage. You get less Lunar Crystallized damage. And that's about... Yeah, and I don't know about the Cloud. The Cloud should be fine, but you get less Lunar Crystallized damage unless you play double Hydro. I think double Hydro is the only way to make these characters not actually be detrimental when played together. But it's kind of hard to fit a second Hydro in a team like that. It would have to be like Aino or something, or like Farina. Not very good options. So those teams are just worse. I wouldn't play Binefa with Linnea. It's not gonna be bad, but it's like... It's not gonna be like... I guess it's not gonna be worse than like... Sucrose by much, but like it's probably gonna be worse. I'm gonna have to test it, of course. It depends on like build quality. Sucrose is limited in how strong her build it can be. So like you can like make Linnea like insanely strong on your account, and then it's not obviously gonna be good enough.
as much.
Zebai Glazer detected. I haven't even said anything, bro.
But since this reaction
But yeah, I wouldn't put her in a Binefa team. I'll have to test it though.
can still take
Main DPS C6 Elan, so I got lots of Hydro. With Elan, you'll be fine, yeah. You wouldn't struggle to keep both of them up. I don't know if that's the best team then. Like Elan, Bina, Inefa, and then Linnea? Not really, no. I don't think that's a good idea. You're probably better off putting like a Shredder there. A team-wide Shredder. Because Linnea shreds only Geo, so she's not buffing Inefa or Columbina.
in consideration your crit value
What's the exploration passive? She has her bow. With her bow, when she shoots animals, she can pick up 5 animals per week, like the Ubiquity net. So it's just like you get a Omni. I don't know if it's exactly 5 per week, but she gets a limited amount of like animal pickup, like the Omni Ubiquity net. She can like shoot at rocks, and then Lumi smashes them and picks them up in a pretty decent range. And I think she has like a quicker charge time, but I don't know how much that matters. She's a hunter, she's an adventurer.
An elemental mastery, and since her direct hits scale off her defense,
I know it's fun. It's gonna work, but like it's gonna be worse than just putting like Shalom in there.
those 4 stats are the most important. We will talk about
Or
energy
like
research
Sucrose
in a
probably
bit.
as well.
These are the values I got, increasing each one of these stats over a normal
For personal damage, yeah, this seems about what I get, yeah.
build. It's basically the usual crit, followed by defense, and lastly
Yeah, this is like, I don't know if the numbers are exactly right, but this is about what I get when it comes to the relationship between them. Surprisingly, I'm not that much worse than defense. But yeah, she getting 3 dedicated supports to get the similar DPS as Nefer. It's higher.
elemental
What are you talking about similar? It's like 15k DPS higher. 20 probably if the 4 skills per rotation are true.
mastery. These of course reflect on our artifact sets and actually give us a
Gupta, stop coping in my chat, man. You're annoying me.
few options that we can consider.
You can
It's
cope somewhere else. I'm not like you, bro. I'm not a glazer. I'm not a like hater. I'm just a person that objectively looks at things and then objectively relays them. I don't need like agenda posters in my chat. I hate you all.
Only 3. Morningstar,
Agenda posters
Husk,
are the
and
most annoying
Silken.
people on the
Silken
planet.
is the worst performing out of the 3, but it's a must-have in lunar teams, so if someone like Ilwa or Columbine are not carrying it for some reason,
I mean, just don't do that.
then it's up to Linnea.
I don't
But
need
then
any more agenda
Morningstar
posters.
and Husk can actually be very close to each other.
Yeah.
In terms of personal damage, Morningstar is generally winning, but Husk is actually closer than it looks, because increasing her defense
Also increases the damage on Zabai,
has
which basically only matters for Zabai. I guess it matters in like other teams because he gets herself a bigger EM buff, but
2 extra perks.
Meh.
First, it increases the elemental mastery given to the on-fielder or
Yup.
to herself. This is a very small increase as it's
yeah,
just
it's not worth it. But if you have a great husk, you can use it, yeah.
5%
If your only purpose for that new domain would be instructor and farming a set for Linnea and you already have a good husk set, then I guess you wouldn't need to. But I don't think most people have a good husk set. Because back when husk came out and people farmed husk, no one really farmed like they farm today.
over
Like farming has changed. Like the requirements are much higher.
defense. But when playing a carry like Zabai, especially with higher investment than the rest of the team,
It doesn't actually matter too much. Maybe like really high investment, but even at C2R1 Zabai without instructor on the team to like dilute elemental mastery, it was still behind Morningstar at equal investment, just not as much. It was like 1.5k DPS behind or something, or 1.7k DPS behind instead of the normal 2k DPS behind. It's like, I don't think it's ever better, but that's not a large amount. So if you have a really good one, yeah, you don't have to farm. If you have like a 32 roll husk, you're gonna need at least a 31 roll Morningstar to beat that.
Then
And that's like,
for
that's
some
gonna take a while. It's gonna take a
players,
couple months.
this might be on top. With the same stats,
Tap skill Linnea somehow can work in the fur teams. It does, yeah. You can use that. I don't know if it lines up nicely with the like. I don't know if it like takes too long because like it's still worse than Sucrose, but it is a healing option, so it's fine. I don't mind it for Nefer teams. I don't know why people are recommending it for Flint's teams. I saw the Nefer team one and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That's not a bad idea. For Nefer, it adds a sustain, which is kind of necessary for her because she's kind of struggling with that. It has an EM buff that's permanent, that's active, that's pretty good. And on top of that, like, she actually has pretty reasonable damage. She probably hits, like, for 200k at Kakium Standard, maybe, in that team. And that's actually pretty nice. So she's competitive with the other options. As a sustain, she should be the very best option next to Inefa. But for Flynn's, that's a terrible idea. He already has sustain in Inefa's shield, and that's more than good enough. And they better be more than good enough. For Flynn's, it's a terrible idea to use Linnea there. She's gonna just dilute the reactions. And Flynn's is already someone that... I don't think the double swap Sucrose rotations are already basically exactly 18 seconds. If you swap out Sucrose for the Linnea, you get like, I guess you can do the hold skill, so she applies less. I mean, I keep calling it the hold skill, but the mash skill, so she applies less. Geo, but it's still like kind of annoying, no? I guess it's not bad, but you definitely don't need a sustain in Flint's team. Sinefa is a sustain.
Switching from
Sounds like a bad idea to me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like it can't be worth it. For Nefer, I like it. Oh, for Nefer, no, for Nefer, it's not worse. No chance. Cookie is dog shit in Nefer teams. It gives the same amount of thing while being while doing damage. It's just better. Cookie is absolutely. Oh, you mean like just the Moonsign passive being the difference maker? She's on Instructor, brother. She doesn't have a Moonsign passive.
To Husk is about 500
like,
extra defense.
With her base attack of like 150. No, she has. What kind of base attack does she have? It gets like fucking. You get like 5% maybe.
Which is.
It's not better.
One extra elemental mastery roll.
Never.
To Zubat.
That completely ignores the 200k DPR that she does, Lexer, which compensates for all of that and more.
Having more defense also means more healing.
It's worse than Sucrose for sustain. It's worse than Sucrose for damage, no matter what. Yeah, but like it's not Cookie.
And that can be good against radiant enemies or when Furina is in the team.
But yeah, she's definitely not worth pulling for either of those two. That's what I want to be clear. This is a Zabai character. You shouldn't pull for her if you want her on a Fur team or a Flynn's team. And for Flynn's, it's worse, I think. Is it? Because you get actually pretty reasonable Moonsign uptime in that team. But that dilutes the... Huh. I actually didn't think about it. Is it worse for Flynn's or is it actually better for Flynn's? Because you can actually get both reactions going. Huh. Maybe I judged the Flynn's one too early. Because you get Moonsign, so you could even do the sustained one.
However,
whatever. Neither of those positions are something you should pull Linnea for, no matter what. Even if it's technically the best option with sustain, even if it's like even the best option without sustain, it's not a high enough increase to be worth pulling a character for.
Even when looking at total damage
Childbina and Efa Linnea, DPS predictions, probably like 120k or something.
for a team, I want to stress that calcs
maybe a little bit less.
Don't really help that much.
Shadow just uploaded a free-to-play pay-to-win Linnea test. I might check that out.
Everyone has different weapons, artifacts, and teams.
Pulling Linnea for the net achievement. Now that's a reason to pull for that.
So let's make it clear here that if you have a good set that fits the stats Linnea wants, then that's the one you're going to use. And regarding weapons, a Lunar Defense Scaler actually doesn't care much about any of these bows, because the only stats she cares about
at all these
are
bows.
Defense, Crit, and Elemental Mastery.
What, do they give you like 5, 10, or... Oh no, 10 of each weapon once. Or what's... How do you get these weapons?
In case you didn't know,
it's a
her
random
signature
amount.
weapon is the first bow
you get an
to
R5 of
ever
everyone?
mention the word defense in the game. So what's left is to pick a...
Is that true? I don't know if that's true.
bow based on pretty much the crit it gives you.
Yeah, it's a crit
As you can
max
see,
situation.
the MVP here is Slingshot, a 3-star weapon able
Look at
to
that
compare
Skyward
to
Harp, 4% better. It's like and that's personal DPS.
pretty much every
Yeah, that's what 2 extra crit damage does to a
5-star
motherfucker.
stat stick. But of course, not to her own 5-star weapon.
I know there's
which
0 defense bows, but he says that its defense is never mentioned, and I don't know if that's true.
not only is way above for personal damage,
There is no
but
bow
it
that gives you defense percent, yes, but defense
also
never being
contains
mentioned,
a
I don't know about
20%
that.
Geo and Lunar Crystallites buff that is basically permanent for the entire team. Now, 2 arguments are important to cover here. First is that crit rate weapons like Slingshot might cause your crit rate to be a bit too high.
Mine
because she
is
also has a
already.
crit rate
Pisses
ascension
me
stat.
off.
Secondly, there
My crit rate is way too high. It's super annoying. I hate this game. It always just gives me crit rate pieces. I don't get a single like 30 crit damage piece ever.
are definitely situations
All I get
where
is
you
like,
want to
oh,
have
10
energy
crit rate on
recharge
every
because you
piece.
need healing. Examples are Furina teams, Zabai
Which would be
teams
great
where
on
she
literally
uses
every
her
other
Ranger of
character.
Dawn and you get hit a lot, or simply against radiant enemies. If looking to burst
Ew,
every other
Pavica, so
rotation,
true.
this is really a non-issue, but otherwise, you should consider energy recharge sense or ER weapons like Snare Hook or Favonius.
Don't
But I
burst
don't
on
think
her.
this is going to be the case even in the next Stygian.
Yes.
And one last mention should go to Elegy, which is also able
Put
to
this
provide
on
a
Goro,
team-wide
bro.
buff, but its timings are a bit all over the place.
Yeah, it's
it will
just
take
random.
2 attacks to activate.
When also the 3-star with crit damage, it's just a lot less. It's 46 crit damage instead of like 33 crit rate, which is 31 crit rate, which is 62 crit damage equivalent. 62 CV versus 46 CV. It's just a lot less stats.
Activate, and Lunar Crystallight's hits, even when coming directly from Lumi, won't count. And then it has 20 seconds of cooldown to start gathering stacks again, which might result in poor uptime eventually in some of your rotations. Although it might still be a second best option for teams where other damage dealers are doing a lot.
32 seconds left on
second
what?
best option for teams where
On
other damage
Fearless?
dealers are doing a lot.
On Fearless? Oh boy, I'm not getting Dire done.
Enough yapping, let's cover teams and showcase some of them. From the most obvious examples,
Yeah, that would be interesting, Dark. That would be interesting to tap to mash the skill into and then like use the ults to like basically spend like 4 seconds of field time, which is a lot of field time, and sacrificing that amount of use time to get both Lumi forms out. I think that would be a good alternative playstyle, to be honest. I'm not clearing Dire without Bina. Yeah, probably not happening. Yeah, this seems kind of hard. We'll see. And if they don't put Iluga on the banner, we're cooked. When I pull for Linnea and on arena for a weapon, then it's the 3-star crit damage weapon better as with crit rate. That doesn't change the fucking... What do you not understand around 15 less crit damage, crit value is bad? What is so hard to understand there? You'd have to be overcapped by so much. You have to be overcapped by 7% for that weapon to be even considerable. Okay? That's what you need to do. Are you overcapped by 7%? If you aren't, then it's worse. When you are, then it is better. Okay? Bill Wall, 55 stream streak. Nice. I don't have any Geo DPS except Shiori. I don't know how anyone is going to clear this Gecko thing. I don't know how anyone is clearing this Gecko thing. I think he was just not playing too well, I guess.
2 more niche units.
We'll see.
With the release of Linnea, we will have a total of 7 lunar
This fucker is in his next Stygian.
characters that are able to activate the new reactions. They can form
I still don't
3
know
cores
exactly how
that
the
are
shield
going to
works.
be the best way to both play the reaction and their carry. Linnea is first off, obviously the upgrade to previous Dubai teams.
Yes.
And she was already strong to begin with, but
I'll get
now
Varka
has
so I
more
can, I guess. He has like... I don't know if that affects the shield, how strong it is against this shield, because this is not just a normal Geo shield.
Geo Red Shred, a bit of elemental
It's a little bit
mastery,
different.
off-field damage, heals, and more lunar crystallites buffs. Remember that this passive
We'll see how
is
this works
not
out.
like random lunar reaction damage. This is a totally different multiplier and applies to pretty much all of Zabai's damage.
Multiplicative,
However, the 4th slot is not necessarily that straightforward. You would think about Illua, but that makes a team with 4 Moonsign characters, which has the downside of losing this resonance effect. Now, the alternative
the
is
best,
often
yeah.
Goro, and he doesn't have that
Goro.
much defense that would translate to lunar damage, but he also has
This is pathetic. He has like one of the worst base defense in the game. It's hilarious.
quite decent buffs
Can Overlord work on a shield? I don't think it does. I don't know.
that end up being competitive to a low constellation Illua. From my
Mino breaks his shield pretty easily. I use Flints for this boss and for a shield that replaced Sucrose with Noelle in Flint's teams. I don't know if that's gonna
testing
work.
a C6 Goro and a C2
In
Illua were
Stygian, like that surely works in like IT or Abyss, but I don't know if that's gonna work in Stygian.
not that far off from each other. For the Hydra slot, I would argue that Colombina
If
might
Overlord
still
works,
be
then
the
Overlord
pull
should be
that
good.
makes the most sense, but for Zabai, in theory, it's a close call between Bina and Linnea. But let's move to something more niche. With Geored, it's a close call. Colombina might still be the pull that makes the most sense,
For Zabai over Linnea, it's kind of close, yeah.
but for Zabai, in
They're very similar in value provided to the team. The one reason you want to play Columbia is because fucking I know is annoying as hell.
theory, it's
Losing your Hydra application due to the boss moving out of the range is
a close call between Bina and Linnea.
You should
So
get
let's
both,
move
no
to
matter
something
what.
more niche. With Georesonance and Linnea in a team, we are looking
Oh yeah, only the geo damage transfers to the boss, so those like 20 seconds of shield breaking are wasted.
at a whopping 50% geo resistance shred, and that's something other geo characters are interested in. Generally, this would still resolve into a lunar
What is this
crystallized
combo?
team, as
N2
using
dash?
the Geo on-fielder
On
with such a
Navia?
reaction not only gives us another source of
I
damage,
would think the
but also
N3
makes
is good.
on-fielders that
No?
constantly apply Geo trigger the reaction more often.
This team does so
when playing
little
a
Geo
single
damage.
Hydra unit, the amount of Geo we can apply and
Dude, that
still
took
get
so
a reaction
long.
is limited, even
And then he does the fucking thing about, oh, this is so stupid. Oh my god. You break his shield after like 30 seconds. He takes 10% damage on this team that does very little geo damage. Because it's not Zabai specifically. And yeah. Because Linnea is not a fucking lunar carry. And then he moon signs your ass. Then he like, what is this called? Moon, I forgot. Moon poison, whatever. He poisons your ass, and then you're forced to burst on Linnea
with
if you want to
Columbina,
continue.
but this opens up for the possibility of
And there you go. 30 seconds have passed, and we haven't done any damage.
going for 2 Hydra units. And here we can see a nice synergy coming out of
Oh,
this trio.
God.
It's not perfect, since
Don't play this against the Gecko,
Furina
though.
and
Yeah, Farina is the detriment on the Gecko fight. This shit is not gonna work. I built my Linnea without crit rate weapon for 75% crit rate, because I will later use her Sig weapon. If you do that, then you use the Sig. I don't have Zabai. Linnea uses the most Team Fav bow. Used in the most Team Fav bow. Linnea should not be on Fav bow. That's a terrible weapon on her. She does a lot of damage. In teams without Zabai, she does a higher percentage of the damage because she buffs herself instead of the on-fielder. Unless you're on-fielded like Colombino or something. What are you talking about? She does more damage because she becomes the main contributor to every lunar reaction that the team does, and she gives herself the EM buff. So in non-Zabai teams, she does more of the team damage.
Ina's buffs kind of collide,
Has
but
Kirkman ended? No, it still has like 2 days, 3
a
days.
Geo on-fielder that is not Zabai is at least going to
So now a certain clean goblin needs to do my menacing. Go co-op it, little
enjoy
bro.
both. So Navia, Ito, and
Still
even
like 3
Noel
days.
and Ningguang can absolutely show up in these teams. They have the option to use the
Fire!
DPS set, they have a decent time managing their energy, and are still buffed by the entire team. If you're someone that plays these
Okay.
characters, mains them, or simply likes them a lot, this might be the best
45k
team to
to
place
hits.
them in and
That
still
shit's
let
not
them,
happening.
quote unquote,
The way that Seven always does it, he always tests. He always tests with C0R1, so this is always going to be C0R1 on everyone, I think. Is Slingshot best free-to-play option for Leia? Yeah, it is. Ugh.
carry. Again, there will be a bunch of showcases for
I use Noel, Bina, Farina, Linnea. This is the most team what I use on my account. Yeah, that team is Linnea main DPS, Jiburi. You can't use her on Fav there. Yeah, this shit is barely clearing Fearless. Yeah, that's not great. That is a Noel driver team. All it does, you want to put Noel on Fav in that team. All Noel does here is no amount of damage, but she triggers Lunar Crystallize often, which makes Moon Drifts happen more often, which makes Linnea do more damage because she is the main contributor to all Moon Drifts, because she has the stats for it. That team is Linnea main DPS. She does 50% of the team damage there. Let me check. What's the percentage, actually? I don't remember it. Yeah, she does exactly 50% of the damage in that team. On slingshots. If you get Sig, it's going to be higher. The second highest is Columbina, and then it's Noel. Oh, wait, no, that's the Goro variation. Where's the Farina one? There, okay. 42%. And then 36 from Columbina. Both on Morningstar. These are the two main DPSs. Noel does nothing. And that's damage Noel. I put her on Wipe Blind and crit stats. I should put her on Fav.
all of this.
Can I pull Linnea? I will pull for Zabai in a rerun. Why would you need Zabai? You already have Nefer. It's not optimal to get multiple and not cry DPSs. They all fight over Columbina. Like, technically, Zabai with Aino is similar to the other not cries right now. So you could do Zabai, Aino, Linnea with C6 Iluga. That's competitive with the other characters, Columbina teams, but I don't think that's worth it. I think it's best to just keep one Notcra team.
At the end. One last note is that while Linnea's
I don't give my Red Horn Noel this stupid Fab weapon, or I use Shalom C2 instead of Farina. I don't think that helps. There's not much shred going on here. And the damage bonus isn't very effective for Colombina or Linnea.
Healing is definitely enough to cover Furina and build
But that-
fanfare. It is not enough to stay at full HP all the time, which is relevant for Radiant enemies.
God, I hate the
Now
Radiant enemies.
let's explore one last idea.
This
Linnea
guy's barely clearing with fucking 4-6 on the team. Don't piss me off,
is able
man.
to front load
3.
for lunar
I guess
crystallized
4.
direct
Fav is
damage with her
Gorosig.
multi-tap skill,
Oh
even
my
in a
God.
team that does not have any Hydro. A Nefer team technically does have a Hydro, but because of the constant
Yeah.
lane drop,
It does work
you
in
will
Flint's
not
teams,
actually
though.
have Hydro on the enemy
So maybe for Flint, she's not actually that bad. I didn't even consider that. Why didn't I do that?
very often. And that means
What are Radiant enemies? Enemies that do that little whoosh attack that makes the screen go like... I guess, orange. That reduces your crit rate by 100%, your damage bonus by 50%, and your healing efficiency by 35%. You get 0 shred, little bro. You do get 0 shred, but you do get all of her damage.
the reactions will not happen. But in a
So in
sense,
like low shred situations, like the knuckle duckle, it doesn't sound terrible.
Linnea doesn't
Lexer, you need to chill. Like, not me saying something is an option doesn't mean I'm saying it's the definitive best thing ever and you should always run it, okay? Can I please, like, talk about potential options?
care that much. And when you think about the fact that we usually use
Linnea is also not going to be the best one of her, but it's a healing option. There's also a healing option.
the last
If,
lot
if for some reason, like, the thing isn't enough.
of a Nefer team either to
The Nefer shield
survive
isn't
or
enough.
to further buff our elemental mastery, then suddenly Linnea
I already said you shouldn't pull for either of these characters for Flynn's or Nefer.
doesn't
You shouldn't pull her for Flynn's or Nefer.
sound like a bad idea. She can carry a meaningful set, give us some minor damage, and translate her defense to elemental mastery to Nefer. Is this an upgrade over other options? It depends.
Yeah, she spams tap in Nefer teams, but I don't think she needs to in Flynn's teams. I'd have to see how that works out. I'd be interested in
Straight
checking
damage,
that out. She might actually be able to get like a good amount of her damage out in that.
This is not beating Sucrose if played well, but
course.
compared to Nahida or Cookie, honestly it might be. However, this is just an idea that we can take into consideration, as there might be similar scenarios to check. Of course, I wouldn't recommend pulling Linnea for a character like Nefer.
Of course, everyone doesn't recommend that because that's stupid to do. It does very little. Even if it were an upgrade, it would be marginal at best. So it's irrelevant.
But looking back at the Geo units we have, Linnea is a fantastic addition that is going to bring up teams that we previously didn't play as much, and is going to put them closer to today's standards.
What a random
And
ass
that's a very
team.
nice thing.
It's he's just sitting on Barbara. I see. This is an AFK team.
And for people that play Zabai, if you're going for Linnea, congratulations.
I
on
can't
the
wait
big
to
up.
play this. This is gonna be so fun. Colombina with the Linnea and an shield to protect you. Adding Farina to this. Oh, I'm just gonna be walking around and my minions are gonna kill everything. I'm so excited for that.
Now to
Shadow's uploading every 50 minutes. I'll check that out. My Bina makes more damage as Linnea. Why? At the moment she's C1 R1. Well, the C1 doesn't do anything. The R1 does though. She uses Morningstar because Bina C2 R1 Morningstar has more damage than Inefa. Yeah, should be. Yeah.
continue the conversation about teams, I will showcase
Inefa does a lot more damage than Bina, so the Sig basically compensates. For Linnea, it's a lot closer. Linnea doesn't do that much more damage than Colombina, so it's very possible with just one vertical investment in Colombina to be stronger than Linnea. I don't know if you want to run a Morningstar then, but like,
all my
do you have a Linnea calc in Zabai team on various weapons on Linnea? I did check all the weapons, and all of them were like everyone else's calcs. Very low impact. Most of them don't do anything. The Sig is a lot stronger. It's not much to talk about there.
runs.
The only thing you need to think about is how much CV are you getting from the weapons, and how much of that, like, and are you not overcapping with your best sets? That's all you need to think about.
include Linnea against
The only real other option is it's all the same thing, and the other option is like the Sig. It's all, everything else is basically the same. Just pick whatever has the highest CV that doesn't overcap.
upcoming Stygian rotation. Keep in mind
I can't clear level 100, but I can for sure level 90 easily. I mean, everyone. Yeah, you're supposed to. You can co-op level 100. Menacing is co-opable. You can just invite someone to your world and then do it with them. If you have like a whale friend. Binefa is definitely stronger. Binea can output Binefa levels of damage in an optimized core that builds around getting a lot of moon signs like Noelle, like Noelle Driver, or like Navia. If it's like synergistic, they have similar output, but the issue is that in non-synergistic teams, the Binea teams falls off a cliff. While Binefa is perfectly playable in most, even non-synergistic teams, just because they both complete each other. For Linnea, you actually need to proc the reaction quite often to be competitive, which is only realistic with a Geo on-fielder.
That while the artifact quality for this is good, there are no crown talents on the account.
No crown talents though, Lexer, so that's good to think about. How are you? I'm good, Rashad. Thank you for asking. I don't have to buy Flints and don't will this both. If you don't want either, then Linnea is probably not a good character to go for. You should get one Luna DPS, probably. So, Nefer?
And I am playing
I know it's all SIGs. I'm saying at least that helps a little bit, man.
on 300 ping.
That is literally what I'm saying. Despite it being SIGs, it being level 9 is at least a little bit of a gap closer.
So while I did multiple takes for each,
also 300 ping too. That's true as well. It is 300 ping. So, yeah.
Examples just as a showcase.
That's fair.
And nothing more. There won't be more voiceover, so please do let me
Most people don't, but it's for me. I'm thinking about, I want to clear Dire.
know in the comment section if you like this idea and if you want to see
God, this region is so pretty. I can't wait to be here.
it in future early access videos
goodness.
as well. Like and sub if you find
Modern
this video
Mondstadt.
useful, and enjoy the showcases.
Yeah, let's see the showcases. That's true. For level 9 on everything, I'd much rather have that than 90% of the people on whose accounts I'm on. This Stygian is going to be impossible, basically. But yeah. 1:11 seconds, C0 R1. Oh no! Look at that! Never mind, Lexer. It's not R1 Columbina or R1 Linnea. It's just R1 Ito, who does less damage than Linnea. Probably, still. Huh. And this clears? Wait. Fuck the Red Horn. He probably still does less damage than Linnea. Which means you try with R0 Ito and fail. That makes sense. It's Ito. I'm not expecting Ito to clear anything. This is impressive to me. Ito is genuinely dog shit. Yeah, but the Ito is worse than Noelle. Ito Goro is much worse than Noelle Farina, probably. Is it? Maybe not. But yeah, 1:11 seconds, that's all I need to know. Let's see what other teams has tested. Zebai Goro. Zebai in 87 seconds. C0R0, everyone with Goro. 87 seconds on his Zebai. On this Zebai is probably worse than mine. So maybe I might not be that far off from a... On a high ping, level 9 talents? Yeah, maybe I can clear Dire. Maybe I can clear Dire. Wait. You impressed by how bad Ito is? No. Yeah. What do you mean? Maybe 70 seconds without ping and with better builds. And the talent level. Don't forget the level 10 talent level. I can get 17 seconds with my build. I think it's doable. Maybe I can clear Dire. My build is crazy. And crowned on everyone instead of no one. And low ping. I think I got this. Yeah, as long as you have Linnea, it should be doable, I guess. Let's see, what kind of numbers are we seeing here? What kind of resistance does this guy even have? The burst hit for 200. We got a heal. And she full heals and gets... Oh, wow. I would have assumed the healing bonus thing kind of ruins the healing. Maybe you need to run Defense Circlet on her, to be honest. What kind of numbers are we seeing here? I can't tell. 323. I think I can do that much, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, but I need to get through a second shield phase, so I don't know if that actually works out for me. Maybe the breakpoints are not as easy as it seems. Linnea's skill is a pretty big nuke, yeah. But it's gonna not be used as a nuke, that's just for showcases. Practically speaking, that's not gonna be that effective. Is he going for a shield? Oh, this is with a second shield. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, it is. 290 ping, level 9 talents. Interesting. Maybe. Maybe. Does it buy with C2 Iluga? Is that faster? Wait, that's faster? 88 seconds? How much did you get? Oh, like 89 seconds. Yeah, same amount. It's the exact same amount. That doesn't surprise me too much. The DPS difference of those two isn't high. I actually didn't check if he played the rotation correctly, though. I was not paying attention if he played the rotation correctly. God, the energy was wrong as well. This? He did. Gora's skill into burst. On Fav instead of Sack. Maybe Sack would be better then. Double skill instead of using burst skill separately. We'll see. Okay. Skill. No, he did a single rotation here. Did he give up on it? Yeah. He did like a kind of swap rotation for the first one, then he gave up on it. Interesting. Okay, so that's not an optimized rotation. That's good to know. That's good to know. Yeah, then I feel like the die might be in the bag for me. Sackboy Gora, like Sitlali, hasn't been haunting him in Stygian. Ah, it's fine. It's fine. If it's for my dire clear, I'm gonna get all of it out. Yeah, his instructor Optim was terrible. If he even was on instructor. So this is Navia, Aino, Linnea. Oh, it also is Colombina. This is just worse than Farina. And this one took forever. Yeah, this seems to be similar to yeah, this seems to be kind of worse than the Binefa. No, the Binefa one isn't very easy as well. It's just my Binefa is very strong. Huh. I don't think he tested anything other than Linnea. This is not a Stygian early access. This is a Linnea Stygian early access. Let's see about Noelle. Why Yelan instead of Farina? I guess the healing is really annoying. The healing is too much. Is it? With Linnea Burst and Noelle on field? I still think Farina should be better. At least in this team. Yeah, come on. The Moon Gecko barely takes any HP. You don't even have to use the damn burst. Come on, put Farina in the team. Was it R1 Navia? R1 Noelle. Redhorn? Noelle? It was R1 Navia. It's a C4 Aino for some reason. Interesting. Yeah, who cares about Navia? R1 Noelle. She's on Redhorn? Put her on Fav! What are we doing here? I guess maybe 30k damage is not terrible. Interesting. Breaks the shield very quickly though. Wow, Noelle. Noelle's really good at breaking the shield. That's kind of crazy. Barely. With Redhorn barely? That doesn't seem very good. That seems very scary. We'll see. That doesn't seem very promising. R1 Navia with Yelan instead of what? Goro? I don't know what was on there before. Like, I get why we aren't using Farina that much, but like, at all? I feel like she has some use a little bit, though. Zabai, Columbina, Linnea. Oh, against the Hera. Well, I can do Dia Hera. That's not surprising. Don't get Hitler, bro. Okay. Really? Okay, and now we start with Burst. Dude, nothing in the universe will feel as bad as me playing Linnea on Asia Ping. I'm gonna be swapping to her, pressing her damn skill, and having a burst animation's worth of time of waiting before I get to swap to the next character. Look at how much she was just sitting around there. Oh no. Yeah, I know it's just dog shit in those teams. I feel like even this should just be Farina. Yes, we're watching Seven's guides on this. It's very interesting. Boop. Wee! Why? Iframes, I guess? Seeing reset when in 15 days. Yeah. This clears Dire. For sure. I don't think he's cost maxing. I don't think Seven has ever cared about cost maxing. Okay, this is with oh. That's funny. He says C6 R0 Iluga there, but it's Goro. So C6 Goro clears Fearless Hera pretty easily. Clears Dire Hera pretty easily. New Stygian, new him. I don't know. But yeah, check out this video by Seven. Very good. Now look again, it's Goro. Yeah, no C6 Iluga testing in this whole thing. Because I assume C6 Iluga shits on everything. No, the first one was C6 Iluga, right? Zabai with Goro, Zabai with C2 Iluga. Yeah, not a single C6 Iluga clear. If I had C6 Iluga, this should be basically mean that this is a joke. Interesting. Okay. Do we have any more other, like, let's check out some other videos. Did Shalonen fall off? Yeah, I'm gonna go send that video since we watched that in full. We're gonna skip through all the other videos, but obviously I watched the 7 one because that's the best one. You obviously watched the best one first and full. Everyone check out the video by 7. Go like it, please. Yeah, we can check out some other ones. We can skip through a couple. It was R1 Linnea with no LS though, so it's not possible with R1. Yeah, that seems kind of harsh. Yeah, that seems like a harsh DPS requirement for Linnea. I mean, like, level 9 talents, like, thing. It's probably gonna be possible more, but, like, still not as good as Benefa, which is kind of scary. Can you kill that first boss without Geocares? I don't know, man. I don't think you can. I think we need to check Overload Mawika. We need to, like, that's like the only other option that comes to mind. I guess Overload Varessa as well. But I mean, Cooked, I don't have any Geo DPS. I don't know if Overload works as, like, finely. We'll see.
I win to lose gaming.
Can Nivelette defeat Moongecko? I mean, you can on-field Nivelette in a Linnea team, I guess, and it's probably okay.
The power of Geo.
140k DPS on Overload is basically what I get without C6 Traverse. So yeah, it's gonna be a 4-star conquest.
Earth itself.
A 4-star conquest. Interesting.
We're able to tap into the
Skirk, Mav, and Varessa Overload stuff. Interesting.
planet's rotation.
It's the usual substacks.
Energy of around 50-ish trillion megatons of TNT, which might explain why this
Yeah, I mean, C16 Village shouldn't struggle.
Stuntat wearing Geodude deals
The Moongecko in IT is not the same Moongecko in Stygian, people. Can we stop talking about the Moongecko in IT in Overworld? It is like a twice as big of a shield. The shield is twice as big. BMF, W25 stream streak.
so much freaking damage. In today's video, we'll take a look at just how great a Constellation Zero Linnea is on tons of different teams and with various weapons.
Wowie! Let's check it out. It's like from 8 to 20, so closer to 3 times, no? We already watched the 7 video, we're gonna watch this one now. It went from 8 to 20, right? From 8U to 20U. Is that what happened? So it's like 3x closer, to be honest. Overwatch is shields 25 in 25 seconds. Stygian 36. Okay, it's not that bad then. It's 50% more. When are you going to do Stygian? I'm doing this now. I'm not gonna schedule my streams around one single chatter.
It's a bird!
Is Moongecko and Stygian Hyper Geoshield? Basically, yeah. We'll see how good Mawika does.
It's a plane! It's Linnea's chicken wings, and her chicken wings are absolutely adorable because they have more expression in just one of these wings than all of a character like Shenhe.
Damn, I agree. I fully agree with him.
So you can see there that she even crystal
So
chunk
real.
how
So he's testing the exploration
chicken
ability?
wings on her head.
God, this area is so pretty. I want to
head
be here
to
so
glide.
bad.
So there is that missed opportunity.
I'm gonna hang
Common-
out there all the time.
That's right, they all came out of nowhere and became meta-defining for their time. So Linnea
For the time specifically said just for Kazuha.
has been blessed with, I've
Fab weapon don't work on shield phases, yeah.
literally come out of nowhere, and here I am.
I didn't check if you had time beforehand.
And let me tell you, these types of characters tend to not disappoint. So, I don't know if you guys still remember this, but in order to mine ores, we would have to do something like this, and then you'd have to go around. Nea had something like that with Zhongli to
Yeah,
mine
she has
ores.
this.
But oh my god, check this out, guys. Bam! Lumi pops out, and
Suck
look
him
at
up.
that! Oh my god!
He missed one. He killed one, but he didn't suck it up. That's funded. It's physics based.
Lumi just destroyed
You've been glazing Kazuha.
all those
Last
ores
one,
and
not
sucked
couple.
him up like a madman that he is. I mean, this little thing
No, I don't think Zhongli Shalom will do anything unless you have a very strong DPS on top.
is an absolute menace. And it doesn't help that it happens to look so goofy,
My God.
like a Geodude wearing a party hat or something like that. So, I mean, poor Zhongli, the CEO of Geo, can't even mine ores like he used to.
Yeah.
But that's
I mean,
not,
Razor mined ores just as well as he did from release, so
not all. I mean, just look at how
Was Kazuha good for the dog? I never used it.
massive her exploration passive is. This next one is pretty interesting because
Never worked for me.
when she's out of combat, her charge shot actually charges really quickly. Look at this.
Yeah.
However, if you shoot like a critter like this, poof,
Come along, little one. That's
you
cute.
can catch it. And I just caught the capybara right here. And I caught another little capybara, so you can catch a bunch of random animals with her charge shot
Linnea
in
reminds me of a yandere.
the overworld.
Nothing in her personality says that.
I do wonder if you can catch Paimon. Enough Linneaing around. Let's take a look at her pre-farm materials as
I
well
know.
as her build area. Next, let's take a look at Linnea's build here. As we can see, she is a ton of crit rate. We also have her artifact set. She's going to be
Okay.
on Opulent Dreams artifacts. Well, but for
That's-
this showcase, she'll be on the Abysstyigianing set. And we can see
Oh.
these are pretty decent artifacts,
220
all
CV?
things considered.
That's not decent. That's not decent. That's pretty good, man. That's 3
And the
defense
individual
rolls,
pieces are as such focused
4
on
offensive rolls
crit,
on top of
as
that,
well as a little bit of elemental mastery, a little bit of energy recharge,
5, 6, 7 offensive rolls,
and defense, and
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 220 CV with 12 offensive rolls. This is 220 CV with 12 offensive rolls. This is a 40 roll set. How many rolls is that? What the fuck? 220 CV minus, what was it? Minus 62.2 divided by 6.2 is like 25 crit rolls plus 12. This is plus 12. Why is it minus 12? This is a 37 roll Linnea, right? This is 37 offensive roll Linnea, and she has some ER as well. What the fuck kind of set is this? 220 is basic. Yeah, I'm sure. On a support with 12 other good rolls. I'm sure 37 offensive rolls is basic, Sane. I'm sure you have about 100 characters on 37 offensive rolls. I'm sure CV is the only thing that matters on a build. I'm sure that's how Genshin works. My goodness, you... God.
Crit main stats on the timepiece, circlet, and...
It's 25 crit rolls with... yeah, that's 25 crit rolls with 12 additional rolls of other
goblet,
stats.
respectively. You can also use a defense circlet
This
as well.
This kind of build takes about... It's a 5 set as well.
If you want to. She is, of course, at Constellation 0 throughout this entire video. In her
I guess Linnea is not a good comparison because EM isn't as good on her as EM is on Linnea. But like my 31 offensive roll in Nefa is top 0.1% on Akasha on the same set.
talents are at 6,
Let's add 6 more rolls to that. And the EM actually helps.
10, and 9. And I will also be showcasing her with her signature weapon.
The main step be the scaling and substep be the CV shilling. I have no idea what
The
that means.
Golden Frostbound Oath.
Was she on
A
defense circlet? Actually, no,
main-
she wasn't.
Her
crit,
with her
yeah.
signature weapon, the Golden Frostbound
Okay, so
Oath.
this build is a top 0.1% build. This is a top 0.1% Linnea build.
As well as a bonus showcase with the Sacrificial Bow.
That's not a very realistic build.
Let's finally take a look at Linnea's kit by visiting our local
So do the numbers add up? 18, 26. Is it 37? Is it 41 subs if you count? Oh, it's 41 if you count DR. I don't want to count DR, but it's 37 offensive rolls. It's not a normal build. This is literally a top 0.1% build. Momo, thank you for hydrate.
wedges.
Which I'm building. I'm literally just telling you that this is a top 0.1% build on Akasha. There's nothing more to discuss here. I don't know what you're talking about. This is an insane build.
Fine volunteer. So starting
This is not a basic build. You have no idea what you're talking about.
off
if you
with
think this is a
Linnea's
basic build.
basic
I don't give a fuck
attacks,
about CV.
we can see that they're going to do a huge...
I care about damage. We get it.
So as we can see, you can trigger Lunar Crystallize with her charge attack.
Just her plus Kokomi already kills this thing. God, this thing is so pathetic. He hasn't even used the skill yet.
And they also don't appear to have any internal cooldown either.
Bro, it's so sad to get this build on CT. Yeah, I don't know how long it took to farm that one, but it must have been kind of lucky because it would, even with infinite resin, it takes a long time to get.
So yeah, her charge attacks,
I don't know if you got like insanely lucky
while
or
they
something.
scale off of attack and thus will basically deal negligible damage, technically they aren't completely useless. Up next, we have Linnea's
These videos are a little bit over edited, no?
skill countermeasure, Lumi's Battle Cry.
Okay. Yeah.
Linnea's skill is where most of her kit resides, where
How many primos do we get? Next patch is 75 pulls. Very few, to be honest.
she intelligently evicts the blood
2+ months continuous farming daily. I need to cut gas. No,
thirsty
not enough.
Lumi
Needs
from
a
her
year.
backpack to perform aggravated assault against nearby.
Yeah, I mean, I know the
Pa-
kits. I don't need an explanation of the kit. We already saw that. Let's see what the testing we have. I guess I should see some of
However,
the
right
numbers.
up next,
What kind of numbers is he
much
throwing out?
slower and no longer deals lunar crystallized damage like it did with just the tap version. Also, technically, you need to tap the button at least 4 times. Realistically, you'll be mashing the skill and or normal attack buttons anyway. Comparing the tap version to the tap version is where things get interesting. A single tap E leads to 3 to 4 hits of the smaller lunar crystallized damage number per rotation.
Oh, it's also crowns.
12-ish hits of the Geo damage with 6 Geo applications. This makes the Tap E version actually deal a decent amount more damage in
It
terms
should, yeah. It gets more punchies, which is not negligible. It gets more Moondrifts, which is the most important part.
of Lumi's total rotation damage output,
Can you hold spacebar? You can't hold. No.
compared to the Tap 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 version, which pretty much just front loads the lunar crystallized damage. You can also see here that the Tap Tap
the
Tap
fuck?
version's multiplier is equal to 4 times the Tap E's lunar crystallized multiplier.
Yeah. The mash E is just for like when the boss is about to run away or when you're about to kill it.
Personally, I really like this design as it gives
It's
Linnea
fun.
the option to front load a lunar crystallized nuke,
Almost one
which
shot
is
this guy.
both very unique and
You're not gonna be doing 260 without any buffs.
very satisfying. Now, despite lunar crystallized
Why do you
nuke,
even do
which
Hydro,
is
by the
both
way?
very
You don't need
unique
to.
and very
you can
satisfying.
just do this.
Now, despite
The Hydro
how,
didn't
I
change
guess,
anything.
relatively straightforward her kit is, there are some pretty interesting technicalities with it. Now, if you
This
just
is one,
use
yeah.
the Tap E
This is a good thing to mention. You will get less lunar hits on the first rotation of your if you don't start with Moondrifts already on the field.
versus an enemy where there are no Moondrifts around, that means that the first hit from
Yeah, and also the first Moondrift hit also gets delayed.
Lu-
So definitely structure your first rotation around, maybe with a charge attack on Linnea, maybe with another ability, I guess.
enemy will have to actually create the Moondrifts before it can use its
Yeah, you would play as a nuker in that kind of rotation, yeah. You can do sack bow with like spam skill if she's the main DPS in the team.
hammer attack. However, if there are already
there's no
Moondrifts
dedicated
here in
on-fielder.
this clip, you can see that the fourth hit actually occurs at 18 and
Yeah.
a half seconds, versus if you don't have any Moondrifts,
Very
then
good point, very good point.
the fourth hit actually hits at 20
For the first rotation, you gotta do this. Oh, Damien. WVIP redeem. Welcome in. Sure. Boom. +1 VIP. Took long enough. Welcome in. VIP privileges are nothing but the badge. I hope you like it.
seconds. So, in a way, you actually want to have about 18 and a half seconds.
Yeah, I'm watching Linnea early access videos.
Geo to start the Moondrifts.
This is
prior
quite
to
relevant.
Linnea's rotation.
Although it's just for the first rotation, so it's in like long fights. It's gonna be low impact, but like if it's close, definitely this is gonna
To
matter.
avoid that fourth hit not coming out in time for Zibai's 18-second rotation. So
The
yeah,
VIP seems like a scam. Why is it a scam? It's just you get channel points and you get a badge for it.
you also
How is that a scam?
kind of want to extend now a Lumini
It's not like you can get anything else other than the TTS, which no one uses.
Cold property of the Tap 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 version of her elemental skill is that
This is gonna be fun to use in Overworld for sure.
unlike just the Tap version,
I have like 15 VIPs.
I like the TTS.
Yeah, you're also Australian. I have 15 VIPs.
you do not need to have any Moondrifts nearby for it to output all of its lunar crystallized damage. This can of course be useful if the dominant aura
Considering I've only been streaming for like 6 months, this is actually a pretty large amount.
is not Hydro, or if there's
50k on 15 people.
no Hydro aura on the enemy, you can still actually squeeze out a decent amount.
The reason why other people's costs even more is due to time. I've been farming points in
What's
the
wrong
Jet stream
with
for
being
3 years.
Australian?
Nothing. Was it the female Australian? I didn't even peep.
Lunar crystallized
Wow, you have not many fans.
damage with
Wow, nobody likes you, bro.
Linnea thanks to the Tap Tap
Tap
Tap
versus
version
Mash. Tap is better.
not needing Hydro.
Mash has
Lumi also
situational
has
usefulness.
a 25-second duration with an 18-second
I will raise the
cooldown, which
prices
is
when I'm like 100 viewer Andy.
well over 100% uptime, and from my observations, Lumi tends to
So in,
generate
like, a
2
year.
to 5 geoparticles per rotation. But as always, particles needs more testing. Up next, we have Linnea's Elemental Burst Memo, Survival Guide in Extreme Conditions.
I guess it's 7 months then. She heals.
Not only is this one of the most adorable,
I know
up
what they do.
next we have Linnea's Passive.
Show me the
Gains
damage.
For a raw geo damage DPS character.
DPS increase for the Navia? I guess that's true. You do get more damage with the Sig and the Res Shred. So, yeah.
like Navia is a bit modest, but it's still certainly not
Do I have R1 Linnea calcs? No. It's a 10% DPS increase.
negligible
Team DPS increase.
and makes Linnea a decent support for
I had one, but I made it into a C2 calc, I think.
them. Linnea's passive 2
It's 10%. Do I still have it? It might still be around. Let's peep. Is this one? Is this? Yeah, this is the one. 192, which is 10% increased team DPS. Yeah. Not bad.
has her share
6.7% of my life over the last 6 months, including time that I'm asleep for. Look at
of
that.
some of her chicken wings to the on-field character to boost their elemental mastery by 5% of her defense stat, but only if they're a fellow moon sign character. However, if the on-field character isn't a moon sign, it has +1 moon
get
sign
it.
level. Look at how much you can buff, for example, Zubai's lunar damage output. In this case, when we take a look at this, we can see that she boosted Zubai's force damage by 39% at Constitution 0, Refinement 0,
Okay.
multiple Lumine amount of 11 Earth is using the slingshot, and Kokomi
I don't know why he's showcasing on this.
else
They
is
have
benefiting from
Stygian.
the full team Geo and lunar crystallized damage that her also using her
It has the golden frostbound oath equipped. Sig? No, does she not? Wait, what? Oh, Fav Goro. Oh, testing weapons on different guys and still having the weapon here.
signature. Just now
Elegy.
Linnea's doing about the
Not.
same.
I don't like this kind of testing. This is kind of awkward. This is awkward
fun
testing.
to see kind of like the
I don't know how to. I don't know how to interpret any of this.
DPS comparisons against the
This is
test
not
dummy. But now,
very
what if we have
useful.
a C0R1 team this time? Well, how many horses does it take to take out a Kongomoto? I mean, what was that? Like 1 horse? I don't even think we got to horse number 2. So, and what's also cool is that you actually have more.
He's gonna check
which
all
can
these
indeed
teams
help
against this guy.
trigger more lunar crystallizers.
Fab
because
Noel,
in
though.
some of the
I fuck with that.
situations you actually run out of hydro with Columbina because you have so much geo going on. But here we're just going to use Noel's
Look at that
spin to
lunar moon
win
drifting.
with the Favonias to generate particles for the team and also to trigger more lunar crystallizers. Because let's be real, Noel's own personal damage, I'm not really sure how good it is, but this is one option.
It's
how
not.
you can do right. Yeah,
Unless
it's
you have
making
like a real good set, I guess.
a joke there. And long damage.
They do have the dummy as well, but I think Stygian would be a best way. I think they weren't. They probably aren't allowed to test on the dummy.
In the same sentence. But anyway, what she can only works. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, that's right. This team doesn't have a main DPS, so kind of just like a more AFK team.
Random bullshit go.
Team with kind of a more main DPS Linnea here, and we can join her as like a main DPS. You may want to invest a little bit more into her, but bam, 900,000
Ooh,
damage.
37
Lumi
roll R1.
slam attack, and now this team is
That's a lot
almost
of damage.
completely out of steam. But hey, still works out because we're still able to take it out.
What else?
Fine. Ascendant Gleam with,
Hexarai.
witches, and we can see
No, this is cooking. Now this is cooking. I like this.
here we're getting the EM buff
This
from
is called an
Albedo
Albedo
within the
team. I fuck with this.
EM buff from Fischl, and now we're just I don't really know what we're doing here, to be honest.
This is
And
a cool team.
I think Electro often makes it difficult to lunar crystallize, but we are still
This
getting
is
some
cooking.
lunar crystallizes through, and yeah, I mean Lumi can just
This is absolutely cooking.
finish it off with another big old Lumi slam.
Use someone
nuke,
else
so
other than official. Use Mona or something. On-field Mona.
absolutely bonkers character in all honesty.
I want to
mean,
play Hexarai.
Linnea is just
Binea.
gonna reshape the Genshin Impact meta in my opinion, but
She
yeah,
doesn't stop you from getting any.
so
she will
now
reduce
Linnea
them.
of course being Geo means that she can react
By a
quite
good
well
amount,
with
yeah.
Hydro, meaning that she can indeed provide Nuvolette with that draconic stack. And while Nuvolette, as you can certainly see his bones creaking and his dentures falling out, he's still able to do some damage. Your aura on the enemy, and in particular,
What else
you
is
can
here?
also
Oh, I don't like this.
capitalize on Aino's buffs that she can provide
Aino
to
is-
Columbina. So now we can actually use an
Oh, like, yeah. No, this main DPS Columbina variation of this team. I'm interested in this one, yeah.
main DPS Lunar Bloom Columbina, while also some
This
of the
doesn't tell me anything, to be honest. This doesn't really show me anything. But I wouldn't put the Aino here.
times triggering Lunar Crystal.
But I am interested in that team.
It's kind of funny to see.
I'd like to see it, Lexer, before.
Team, so they're honestly just kind of there for the ride.
Meh.
But yeah, I mean, still doing non-negligible damage for Hu Tao and stuff
Nah,
like that.
I don't like this. Any kind of Linnea team without a Geo or a Hydro, even a Hydro character driver is not great. Just not a lot of good damage there. Finally, Stygian for 2 seconds.
And up next, I've got a
Oh, no,
bunch
this is
of
next Stygian.
Stygian onslaught runs
This
for
is
you
more-
guys. Starting off
Okay, so you can get one Fav proc before he goes away.
against
That's
this
good.
new Radiant Moon Gecko. And
C0
obviously
Zibai with
this
C2 Iluga.
Zibai team is completely tailor-made for this boss. So if you do have Zibai and Linnea as well, you're going to be in for a good time against our new Gecko. I'm not even going to call it a friend because this thing is an absolute menace. If you do not have,
That's true. The
some
biggest
decent,
issue is the shield missing.
characters against it. So anyway, here we can see that they're just doing a lot of lunar damage. The good old Horse Council team with C0, R0, Zibai, as well as Constellation 2, Itlua. And the reason why Constellation 2 Itlua is nice is because now he can use
What are
the
these
Silken Moon
combos?
Serenade instead of, for example, Columbina using the Silken Moon Serenade. Columbina can now run the Albadi, as well as Linnea can also run the Albadi on this team to maximize both of their sub DPS damage. Is it
N4
a bit
into
stronger
burst
than
is a
perhaps
new
the
one.
Silken Moon on Columbina? Yeah, probably, I would say.
We're
But either way,
way overspending our welcome on the Zibai.
we can see that we are just, absolutely
The Albadi, yeah, something like that. Albadi, whatever.
annihilating the Moon
We're way overstaying our welcome
Gecko.
on Zibai.
Should these
Holy.
characters' talents actually be crowned, because only Linnea's, whatchamacallit, her elemental skill has a crown on it, we should be able to actually take
Why are
it
we
out before it
bursting?
even goes into its second cycle with a slightly more optimized gameplay as
Yeah,
well. So
that
yeah,
should
I
not
mean,
be a
this
problem.
team, Horse Council team. Okay, now we have to
Umbrella
test
Warfare, I
how
guess.
good is she at annihilating Timmy's pigeons. This
She
is
does not
always
at
a
all.
very important question. So what we're gonna do is we're going to use Lumi's Mega Smash ability. Here we go. Come on, get him, Lumi, get him! Oh, we got most
that's
of them.
pretty
We
good.
got most of them. Oh, yeah, I mean, of course, with Constellation 0. Now, Navia as well as Chiori are both using their signature weapons. because,
Chiori?
Let's be honest, they kind of need it in comparison to, well, Zibai, especially in a fight like this. And Linnea is not the perfect
I don't
buffer
know.
for them, but she's still a really strong
I don't
buffer
think
for them.
Chiori is a great
Basically
idea
providing
here.
30% geo-resistant shred.
It's not bad, though.
And if you have her signature weapon,
They never put enough
then of
in
course she
AR
can
in Columbina.
provide, 20%
Don't play
geo
Fab on
damage.
Bina, man. It
But
just doesn't
also,
work.
she enables Lunar Crystallize, which means that if you run a Hydro character like either Furina or Columbina, you will get a decent amount of additional damage thanks to the Lunar Crystallize reaction.
You can kidnap
instead of the
5 out of the
OG
7
Lunar
pigeons.
Crystallize reaction, which let's be real, it's not the best thing in the game. But yeah, so fortunately, Linnea's healing.
This is the next
I forgot
Stygian.
to mention this, but it also counters one of the Gecko's mechanics. The Gecko actually has 2 mechanics for the price of
Yeah?
one shield boss.
I mean,
And that
the
is
Moon
first
Drifts?
you have to break this geo construct.
Oh, you
thing,
mean-
and
you
then
mean the thing.
second, it will actually put this debuff on you where on you
Yeah.
get it, but it sucks. So yeah, you want to get the debuff. Linnea, I like this concept that Linnea
Nefer?
now is actually a proper healer.
Why use it
for
there?
A Nefer team, as weird as that sounds.
Okay,
because
this is
Nefer
crazy.
didn't really have like that much of a proper healer, unless you got of course Lauma's.
I know, it's
Constellation
also
1,
crazy.
But you can absolutely use Linnea
This team
here
is insane.
for multiple reasons. One, yes, you won't really get.
I wanna
any
see the
lunar
numbers
crystallizers,
here.
of course, because dominant aura is Hydra. But look at that band. You can still
I-
do. Okay, I didn't. I used.
Okay,
her burst before we
man.
see the damage number, which is a bit of a shame there. Hopefully, we're able to see the damage number with a future tap 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 elemental skill on Linnea. So we'll see.
This is R1
But
too, so I
basically,
need to check.
The tap 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 elemental skill does not need any lunar crystallized moon shards to be anywhere near you. So
300.
that means is that
Yeah,
you can
so probably
actually
like
use it in
200
teams where
on a
you
normal
cannot even
team.
trigger the lunar crystallized reaction. So you can still get
mean,
a
it's still
decent amount
fearless.
of nuke damage
This would be fine with Columbina here instead of Ino.
with that tap 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 version of the elemental skill with Linnea, which is really cool.
Don't
I
tap,
really
tap,
like
tap
that
here,
about Linnea's
man.
character design. And okay, so again,
He
we
wastes
used
it
this
all the
against,
time.
its shield or whatever. So now
You
we're
might
not
as
gonna
well
see
just
that
not
damage
do
number
it.
either. But are we even going to see the damage number that Linnea's tap tap tap?
We already
skill
saw it.
Here does. It's a bit of a
300K.
shame if we don't, but oh well. Either way, here we go. Okay. We use Linnea's burst
Stop
here. Let's
the
do it.
burst,
Okay, we're
man.
gonna see the number. Bam! Still 240,000 damage. I mean, it's more damage than like a character like Sucrose provides, but of course Sucrose provides a bigger
Yeah, that's okay.
A
It's not
damage
bad.
buff.
What's the rotation of Linnea on the buy teams? You just use your skill when there's already Moondress on the field. There's not much to rotate. She doesn't get any non-team-wide buffs, unless it's with Goro. In which case, at best it's gonna help you with the healing. And the tap skill is not a great idea either. So I don't know.
To the team because she also boosts life. Really be using the tap version probably over just the tap version, but
It's a
either way
Flint's
it's
team.
still, you know, a reasonable proof of concept. You can indeed still use Linnea on teams like this while suboptimal in comparison to you know, some other options here. Still a reasonable option, all things considered. Like the amount of flexibility she provides is good. Now, I would say the flexibility she provides isn't quite like as crazy.
I'd like
as,
to
for
know how
example,
many
Anetha or
how
something.
many
But
Moondrifts to
this
get
is
here.
still great flexibility.
60k on those
considering,
hits.
Like what
It's still R1
Linnea
though.
is.
I think he says C0 R0, but I still think it is R1 Linnea. So, yeah. What else do we got? Jamie meta-analysis. Let's see this one.
Welcome everyone. So I've been
Hello.
playing a lot of Linnea, and I've been trying to understand as much as I can to share with you guys before her release.
It's not extending the rotation. Over 2 swap sucrose? Oh no, it's not 2 swap sucrose. Actually, 2 swap sucrose is optimal. It's not extending the rotation. What are you talking about? You have like wait time in the sucrose one where you do like the Nefer burst or like
So-
Columbina, and this doesn't even
Linnea
affect
is
it
a
that much.
healer, Geo DPS
It's not even
buffer,
true.
and a sub DPS. She's very much a triple threat for all Geo.
The code is
teams.
not working.
You
There's
could think
a
of her like
there's a code?
Goro or Shilonen replacement. But even though she works for
the Q is, but not the E.
all Geo,
You don't use the
DPSs,
Q every
she will
rotation.
naturally push these Geo teams towards the Lunar Crystallized
You use it when you need
Geo
it.
Hydro playstyle.
It's the same as in Zabai
was
teams.
Already balanced to be alongside other top DPSs with her current teammates, and her
Yes.
current teammates including 2 4-stars. So that makes Linnea the after sales.
Now Zabai is the most expensive character in the game. It's 3 5-stars with a dedicated 4-star.
DLC for Zabai on top of all that, and you can expect over 20% team DPS improvement. She's not quite
Around that,
as
yeah.
critical to her teams as Lauma or Inefa is to Electrocharge, but we'll get into that. It's also not just about theoretical DPS too, because Linnea's mechanics are also the
Columbina
best
skill
suited
cooldown.
solution to modern boss
Why are you
fights
guys not paying
and
attention?
modern fights that you'll be taking.
You're just
your
playing the
Geo
first
team
so
to.
slow that you
I
don't
would
run
say
into
she's
that.
similar to how Columbina affected Nefa. A lot of people pulled Columbina to improve.
If you burst on an F, I wouldn't burst on her. People say to burst on her, and I wouldn't do that. Columbina charge attack is shorter and does more damage.
On their Ino. With Nefa,
I don't know why people say to burst.
Columbina isn't really giving more buffs to Nefa than Ino was. C6 Ino specifically, but the team is overall stronger because Columbina's personal damage and her extra quality of life. In that regard, it's a similar story with Linnea replacing either
Hello, Ali.
Goro or Itlua. And importantly, in regards to all those 4-stars, their biggest strengths is that they are balanced around their C6s. If you're missing some of these constellations, then the 5-star character who was already an upgrade is...
No one said it's better than Sucrose, man. It's just a healing alternative. Why do you still keep arguing this? Jesus Christ, Lexer.
It's going to be a massive upgrade. The first thing Columbina did is her burst stores charge attacks for Nefa. That makes it so you don't have any downtime between your charge attacks. Secondly, this
She is gonna be better than Cookie.
big
That's
AoE
really easy to do. Cookie does
hydro
nothing.
application
And
does
she has 0 base attack.
follow you around, and it's activated with her skill, which is very nice. By comparison, Ino's AoE is very big, but it's not going to follow you around, so you can often run into trouble, especially with a character like Nefa, who relies on these Dendro reactions in order to build her stacks. Also, Columbina being a catalyst user is very helpful
R1
because
Pro Amber,
Nefa
oops.
teams often struggle with fitting in healers. Lastly, her being a 5-star does provide additional vertical investment scaling options. Similarly, Linnea has extras for Zabai. See, in the old teams, Goro technically does have healing on his C4, but it's
You
really
think like,
not that
do you
much.
think it's gonna extend the rotation? You are forced to be on the character for a second anyway. The 0.5 second extended rotation is, you think, is gonna ruin the whole team or something? That's no one even plays these teams perfectly. It's not gonna even be noticeable.
Comparison with her burst, Linnea is definitely a proper healer. Unfortunately, similar to
Stop
Escoffier
talking about
and
it, man.
unlike Inefa, that healing does require their bursts, whereas Inefa's sustain is functional just with her shield. But as we'll get into, her burst doesn't actually do anything apart from healing, so this
No,
can
use
create
it, yep.
scenarios where you only really use her.
Can Linnea disturb Nefer reactions? She shouldn't. You're using the tap skill, use the mash skill, so it's gonna apply very little geo.
Burst when you need that extra
Shouldn't
healing,
cause any
and for the
problems.
most part, you can kind of just use Linnea's
But
skill
again,
and then switch
not
off
worth
of her.
pulling for
Healing is
Nefer
extra
or
important
Flints.
though, because new content
You
like
do need
the
to use
new
this
Geo
here.
boss Radiant Moon Gecko has mechanics that does require your Geo team to have a lot of healing. It's not just him, but there's also the Radiant Moonfly that has a
I feel like
similar
the
mechanic.
is the Moonfly?
So
No, the
theoretical
Moonfly is
DPS
easier.
otherwise, Linnea being
Damn,
a
the Gecko is
genuine
just a
healer
monster.
in some of these Geo teams which may have lacked traditional healing is a very significant mechanic. Linnea also generates a lot of off-field geoparticles
Yeah.
for your Zabai or your other Geo DPS.
Not much talk
See,
about
I've
the
got
particles
2
yet.
there, and then another 3. And all
Yeah,
that
3 every
will
9
add up
seconds.
to make it a lot easier on your energy requirements and a lot easier to use your burst more consistently. In comparison, someone like Goro maybe only generates 2 geoparticles a pop.
I have
And
double
lastly,
healing with Goro. I've noticed that the Goro healing has been like fine. With Proto Amber as well, maybe I don't even need to use the burst against the Gecko, because the Gecko debuff didn't seem that scary.
just like Columbina, she does provide
Hello, Zero Whiffs. Welcome in.
additional avenues for vertical investment, whether
C4 Lion for 60 yeah.
it's a weapon or
It's a shield, I guess. Yeah,
constellations.
maybe.
Her basic attacks are not very
That doesn't
important.
sound bad
It's just a
either.
standard 3-hit
Although she's a Nemo, which means for the passive she needs to build the EM, but for her shield she needs to build attack. So the shield is going to be terrible.
combo of bow users. Her charge attack does have unique exploration
Probably
benefits.
fine, and you don't normal attack, so you don't refill the shield.
For example, mining.
You can squeeze in some normal attacks, I guess, on
Very
Columbina.
cool. Discharge attack can also capture animals. Honestly, since this is more of an exploration, fun-related mechanic, I'll leave it to you to figure out how you utilize this.
Why is it only on
Basic
normal
Linnea
attacks, man? Nyan should just refresh her shield manually all the time.
gameplay is
Sucrose is stronger than Nahida in the third teams, yes.
you use her skill, switch out of her,
But it is a pretty tough setup.
and then switch to your damage dealer. It's just that simple. Just use her skill, which summons Lumi, which does sub DPS, and
If I could get a breakpoint to clear with Nahida, then I would prefer to use that.
it gives you 50
Most of the time, just exclusively because Sucrose increases the ER requirements for Llama immensely,
15% Geo Res
which
Shred
makes my life a lot harder.
and 15%
Because no one has the build, no one has the Deepwood build on Llama, so it's like...
extra. So 30 total if
We don't know the forces of Linnea's banner. They're gonna come out like a day or two before
your party's
the patch comes live.
Ascendant Gleam. Geo
see about
Res
that.
Shred in these teams is very good because it buffs both your raw damage.
We know the sub DPS comparison versus Chiori. This is gonna smoke Chiori. The setup is not that simple, Sane. It's simple on the fucking DPS tester. The moment you have to wait for something the enemy does or do any kind of anything different happens where you have to extend your rotation a little bit and the like abilities get moved a second further, then it stops happening. Like it can only happen when you can continuously fight the whole thing all the time, and that's not consistent. My goodness, I have so many like DPS tester only people in chat right now. Like I actually had to use on 300 ping that Sucrose tech, and it wasn't very consistent unless I got the breakpoints to kill it so I can rotate continuously. Just waiting like 2 seconds on an enemy. Just waiting like 2 seconds already ruins the whole thing. Because it moves Llama forward.
So is that impressive? You decide. That was with Slingshot.
You need to play around Columbina's E attacking and Llama's skill attacking.
And or
No, Columbina's E thing doesn't apply to Dendra, does it? No, it's just about Llama.
bad set with level
You can make it work, and I did make it work, but it's not like you can't just say this is no problem. Anyone can do this all the
10
time.
talents.
It will take a lot of practice to get that down consistently,
This was the build.
and a lot of timing.
It's pretty decent.
I don't have Navia Linnea calc, sadly, no.
Let's compare that versus the signature.
I use Sucrose because I can. I don't think I'm the only person that matters on the planet. I don't think I am the only skill level that should be like talked about in Genshin. I use Sucrose because I can. Not everyone is gonna get good results with Sucrose immediately. I didn't either. It took a while of practice before I got that down.
The weapon Fury and a golden troop set.
I'm not the
with
only
these
Genshin
stats.
player on the planet. And I'm nowhere near the average Genshin player. I actually would like it so that everyone clears the endgame themselves. I don't want everyone to just keep asking me. I would like the people that to be comfortable on their own accounts. $200k what? Over 120 seconds with C1 Hot Zibai, P Amber, Bina, Zero, Deathmatch Nefa, Faf Shalonen. Is that non C2 Shalonen with your C1 Zabai DPS? I hope we get Nahida in Chronicles soon so I can C2 her. C2 Nahida is just stronger than is just stronger than Sucrose, so that's not. I mean, I wouldn't go for it, but it is stronger, yeah.
So you can already see Linnea's damage is very nice, and also the AoE is quite noticeably better than Chiori. So
That's
just like
surprising.
What Escoffier did for Freeze teams with her.
Her having good
DPS
AoE
on
is
top of
surprising.
her
I didn't
support.
expect that.
Linnea is doing a
Wait,
similar
did
thing
I expect
there.
that?
Linnea's burst is
Kind of.
similar to Escoffier's. It's
That's
got
good
an
to know that
initial
she's okay that she will work in AoE context as well.
team-wide heal and then healing over
No
time
Binefa burst
on
at
your
all.
active
Yeah, it's probably
character
not gonna
only.
be
But unlike
the situation, though.
Escoffier's burst with
What talents
time
are we working with?
onto
10-10. I
quite
see.
decent damage, and then the healing. Linnea's burst just does healing, but it does
Don't have to worry about Moondrift when we use Smash Linnea. Yeah, it doesn't look at anything Moondrift related.
function
The issue is Moondrifts are a big part of the team DPS, and it reduces the amount of application that she does, so you get less Moondrifts.
similar to Inefa's burst, where the burst does refresh your skill. I also want to show you a healing
Oh yeah, Nefa's burst does that as well, but no one even talks about
in
it.
comparison. This is the
Because the skill cooldown is like 14 seconds. Like, where would you find yourself in the situation? What's the Nefa skill cooldown or something? Is it like 12 seconds or something? Oh, Zabai burst definitely should be crowned. What is the Inefa? Is this even? Why is this even a thing for her? It's a 16-second skill cooldown. I mean, same with Zabai, I guess. The same with Linnea. Like, both of these have, okay, 18 seconds here. Here it makes a little more sense, because then you can play shorter than 18-second rotations. Like, you can play shorter than 18-second rotations by using the burst to extend this. It's pretty much impossible to play a 16-second rotation with her burst, though, so it's kind of like, it's probably not going to happen.
same Linnea build
But, like, at least for that character, it makes a little more sense. Like, what do we need, like,
versus your
15
average
seconds?
Shilonen Fav Sword build. Both their bursts heal for 12 seconds each, but Shilonen's is only single target healing. There is no initial burst.
Yeah, the only use for the reset skill is to run shorter rotations than 18 seconds, which using the burst means 2 seconds are already occupied by the burst. It has no current application because the buy has 18 seconds cooldown on her skill, but maybe somewhat, no, probably not. I feel like all these characters are so, I don't know who that's for.
Linnea has that initial team-wide healing and then
Yeah, the team-wide healing though. The overtime healing, sure, but team-wide healing is necessary if you don't want to waste 17 seconds swapping to every character to heal them off. Especially in a Zabai team where 3 out of the 4 characters do a very large amount of damage.
continuous healing. But as you'll see, Linnea's multipliers are a bit smaller than Shilonen's.
They are worse than
And
Shilonen's,
then if I
but the team-wide healing is the big one.
cast Shilonen's burst,
That
there
saves
is
you
no
the time
team-wide
against the Moon
healing.
Gecko.
but we're getting pretty decent 5,000. Maybe your Shilonen has a 6,000 HP healing. But let me use, and then I've got smaller
much worse. Yeah,
healing over time. Maybe your
third.
Shilonen has a wide healing. See
but the initial cast is the big one.
But let me use Linnea's burst.
Beep. It's just like
See
Escafir,
that
basically.
big team-wide healing at the
Oh
start?
my god. Farina is never gonna get the fully healed. I guess that's why he was never using her. What about no HP Farina? No, she's there for like the passive.
Because
she kind of wants her on high
does
HP.
no damage the way most people build.
Yeah, that's kind of a problem.
I did have to give an answer. I would say Linnea's healing maybe is kind of better, generally speaking.
It's practically more useful.
So one thing I'm sure is being put into her damage.
What is the question? Is Linnea the Geo Escafir Llama?
So one thing I'm
More like a Inefa
sure
Shilonen
a
mix.
lot of people want to know, is Linnea the Geo, Inefa, Escoffier, Chevreuse, Lauma? And I'm just going to say straight up, I don't think she is.
You do build teams around her requirements, but it's kind of like the Zabai that makes the difference.
When I think of a Geo Lauma or a Geo Escoffier, I think about how characters like Skirk or Nefa, these DPSs face significant damage losses if they're not played
Zabai
with
does
that
not.
signature support.
That's fair.
As I prefaced earlier, Zabai was already balanced to be basically a complete
with
unit
Navia,
on par.
with Navia Noel, those guys were gonna be the Moonsen characters, so you don't even need to go full HP. I guess you can play low HP, yeah. Maybe like
with the other notified DPSs,
ER, Hydro damage,
at her
crit,
release,
min-max your HP, so she actually gets the who gives a fuck about the like 10% team DPS that she provides in that
Igor
anyway.
and Goro. So Linnea is just the cherry on top. A big issue though is that these 4 stars get big damage spikes with their constellations, especially their C6s. And getting a C6 4 star,
I have no chance of getting C6 Iluga, even if he is on the banner, man.
especially a new 4 star, is not
Defensive Linnea is definitely what I'm thinking about as well when it comes to the Gecko fight. Does Zabai become number 1 with Linnea? Yeah,
not easy.
pretty definitively. Even without C6 Iluga and without C6 Goro, if you have like C2 Iluga or even C0 C1 Iluga is kind of nice because of the energy, but even C0 Iluga is going to be fine. That's still going to be higher, equal DPS to the other Nordkreis.
If you're comparing
Not better necessarily, but equal.
Linnea
And it only goes up from there.
to a low,
I will never get C6 Iluga because I don't have Zabai, and that's why you shouldn't go for Linnea. No Zabai, no Linnea. It's as simple as that. Linnea is a buff to, like, I guess, Navia, but, like, is anyone really that interested in wheelchair Navia? I wouldn't recommend Linnea for anyone that doesn't have Zabai or wants Zabai.
constellation.
And I also don't recommend anyone get more than one Lunar character. Lunar DPS,
she
I
is
mean.
getting closer to that Llama or Escoffier level. However, ultimately, there is no
I think she's a perfectly
4-star
designed
Llama,
character.
4-star
It's just,
Escoffier,
yeah.
4-star Inefa. The other elemental DPSs don't have budget options to bridge the gap. However, Zabai does.
It's not a budget option.
Linnea
He's pretty
is a
dedicated.
smaller upgrade and therefore
He's pretty good.
not as important as the others.
Linnea's good for Nivelette. She's okay. It's not the side grades. It's all 100k DPS. It's all
So you probably
irrelevant.
want to know, how do you build your Linnea? First of all, like many other 5 stars,
Definitely
she
level 90,
ascends with
please.
Crit rate, defense, crit rate, crit damage, EM, and ER are
Potentially.
all useful stats. She does both raw geo damage and lunar crystallized moondrift reactions.
What's your Iluga call? My Iluga is on C2. The Navia, Bina, and Nefa Shalom would just be better for me. Oh yeah, with C2, it's like really close for you already. Like, yeah. Like, C2 Shalonen basically bridges the gap that Linnea is gonna do, but in a Binefa team for sure. I'm certain that is the case, Lexer. I don't even see a reason for you to pull for Linnea with the C2 Shalonen plus Binefa core being so strong and you having Bina Sig. I don't even think it's gonna out DPS that. It's gonna be close. You have C1 Linnea, so the Kekim standard for that. C1 Zabai is the Kekim standard for that. It's 190 with better build quality and Colombina on Sig. Probably, maybe basically exactly the same. 230k DPS is probably what you're getting out of it, yeah. If we add Colombina Sig as well, and then probably not play her on Silken, considering with Sig she probably out DPSs Linnea. With your build quality, maybe 230, 240 actually. It might actually be similar.
Hence, she does use both
Might be
defense
similar.
and EM offensively. You're probably wondering defense stats versus crit stats.
Versatility
They're
is
actually
nice.
very close offensively, factoring in
Yeah, for
the
Navia,
fact
it's
that
definitely
increasing her
better.
defense increases her buff, whereas a crit stat instead slightly improves her personal damage.
What kind of fucking piece is this, brother? Hello? Hello? It's easy to kick out Geo from the meta. I mean, it's not. Like, I don't know what that means. Because what does that do? Like, what is this piece? 5, 6, 7, 8 rolls on the feather?
More. However, in my
Holy.
experience,
That's a good piece.
increasing her defense increases her healing as well. And honestly, in my testing, that is very useful. I would say
Against the
if you
Gecko
have
for
two
sure.
pieces that are pretty similar, I would rather get more defense than more
I mean, that's
crit.
a better
This
piece
is
anyway.
the overall
That's-
build I've gone with. That's my stats. I
He
went for
was
the
resonating for
slingshot.
sure.
This is the 3-star bow. I went for the all bad set. And these are my stats. It's a mix of crit, defense, EM, ER,
Okay. That's not as good as the other one. That's good.
C0, and then my talents have gone 1, 10, 10. So for weapon options, you're looking for weapons with crit.
That's a
since
more
there aren't
realistic
really
build.
many bows that give defense. Her signature weapon being one of the few that gives defense and some buffs.
Yeah.
As you can see, the signature does give a lot of crit damage.
It's her
What
best
are we getting
stat.
at max
Even though she's a
strength?
defense scaler,
88%
we still go crit damage.
I'll show you how strong this is in a second. Another 5-star is also Elegy for the End. I'm not a big fan of this,
Nah,
but it
this
does
better.
give
This
some
has better
team-wide
use than
EM
Goro, to
buffs.
be honest.
For 4 stars, you have a Favonius bow. In
Nah.
addition to Snare Hook, if
Nah.
you have this is the
3-star.
craftable weapon. It does give some EM and ER. However,
It's
my
fine.
general
It's not
recommendation
abode
and what I use to
anyway. I
create
don't know
all
what
the
how to say
content
the
is
name.
Slingshot,
I call it
the
abode, but it's not
3-star.
abodes. An abode is ABODE. I don't. Is it abodes? What is it? Is it not just abodes? Stop with the AI answers. Dwelling is a self-contained unit of accommodation. Yeah, that's an abode. I don't know what an abade is. I think this is supposed to be said abade. Morning love of song. No, it's underwear, apparently. A morning love song. How do you say this? Obeyed something. I don't know. Whatever.
Gacha weapon. You should probably.
I
have
don't
this
care about the pronunciation
R5
of that
already, but you might not have it level
at all.
90. It is.
We should have.
worth getting.
I was right to call it Morning Star, and we should have stuck with Morning Star.
It doesn't care about the low base attack of 3-star weapons. She just cares about the crit and the damage buffs here.
Where there's
So
underwear?
you
I don't
probably
know.
want to see a comparison of Slingshot versus her signature. Let me compare the weapons against a more neutral boss. Like
It's
this
French.
time
I don't
against
like the
Fear
French. I'm not gonna
Terror.
respect their language. She almost died. Was she on the
I
thing?
managed to kill it before
Oh,
the phase change.
nice. That's
I
pretty
actually
easy.
got 55 seconds.
That's gonna clear Dire. Why is no one testing Dire? Are you not allowed to?
Yeah, so I did
Gamma
get
Weeka Premium, can you kill Fearless Papilla? Oh, easy.
5 seconds faster with the signature weapon.
Mawika with combos
As
shits on
always,
Papilla.
though, for low cost players, it's rarely efficient to pull a support or sub DPS signature weapon.
Yeah, 10%
compared
team
to
DPS
spending
increase,
those
not
pulls
very impressive.
on a-
But Zabai doesn't have any great direct team DPS increases either. Her Sig and C1 are very similar. They both are about 12% team DPS increase. So Linnea's Sig is not that far off, to be honest. The thing is, both of these are designed around, like, the best vertical investment for this is Linnea C2. It's a 36% team DPS increase.
a 5-star
stupid.
DPS directly. Although, to be honest, Linnea has a much better weapon and some early constellations than you may expect, so it could be close.
Yeah, the C2
but
is
if you're a
crazy.
high budget player, then feel free to go for it. Let's talk about the artifacts now. So you don't have to go for the all bad set. A lot of players
Yeah.
have been farming this recently, but you can also use the husk set.
If you
The
have
all bad
it.
set will give more personal damage for Linnea.
Sure.
There's 2 either.
What else?
Like cold
Scroll?
options probably are just mixed EM sets. There's 2-piece
Meh.
Flower of Paradise Lost, 2-piece Gilded Dreams.
I'd rather get a 2-piece
Just focus on your
defense
substats.
one.
And potentially,
The 2-piece defense is really powerful.
if you're playing an
C2 Linnea over C2 Zabai. Yeah.
old DPS like Navia or Ningguang, maybe if you have a really good set, you could justify giving this to Linnea.
I doubt that. Not in these teams, no.
But to be honest, in the old team, you could also just give this to her energy situation, which could be a misconception. You might think Linnea is very similar to Escoffier, and just like Escoffier, you need to be casting her burst every rotation.
You don't need to cast her burst at all.
So let's go through some teams. I've been testing a
What
lot
have you
of
got?
teams. This Zabai team quite obviously is...
Does your weapon make a difference? I mean, yeah, it's 10% team DPS increase. It's not bad. Zabai C1 and Zabai R1 I've calculated around 12%. So both are very similar. Zabai C2 is stronger at 14% by itself. But the Linnea C1 is dog shit. It's like 4% team DPS increase. And her C2 is very strong. It is 36%. It is 30% team DPS increase. So if you want to have 2-cost investment, you definitely want to go with C2 Linnea. If you want to get a 1-cost higher investment on this team, your probably best bet is Zabai C1, because that also should get you more Illuga constellations. And if it's on Linnea banner, C1 Linnea is not great. So yeah, it's probably Zabai C1.
Gonna be your higher level team, either Eatlua or Goro. In my testing, Eatlua is obviously more ideal, but there honestly wasn't that much of a difference.
So we got some results here for Fearless. Flute, 98 seconds with Goro, 94 seconds with C0? Is that what that says? C0 Iluga, 94 seconds. Interesting. Iluga C0 should be better than C0 Goro and better than C5 Goro until C6 Goro. C2 Iluga doesn't change that. C2 Iluga is still worse than C6 Goro, and then I guess it's C6. Yeah, should be the difference.
And if you don't have Columbina, you can definitely use Ino. A team like this will still be sufficient in basically 99% of content, but it might be a bit tough.
Everyone's talking about
do
Fearless,
the
by the way.
very hardest dire content.
Yeah,
At least if you don't have more investment in your 5 stars.
With C0 Goro's Flute. Very budget Fearless. You basically pulled the 5s and got nothing. You pulled the 5s and got nothing. What does that look like? You still do 2 swaps on Goro even at C0, right? Oh, is that... No, the C2 isn't here. So what are you gonna do? Can you even double swap? Early access? Yeah. How much HP Mungekko have in Fearless? 10 million? I think? Was it 10 or 11 million? I think it's 10 million. I'm starting to think they really aren't allowed to show Dire. Yeah, I've not seen a single Dire clear. Nicole is the standard universal support for Pyro. We'll see. If Hoyo wants to do that. Are they going to start releasing generalist supports, or are we going to stick to having only Linneas come out? I still don't trust any of the leaks, but we can check them out after this video. This is the last one I think I'm going to check out other than clips. 10 million. Yeah. A lot more manageable than the other one, but much more restrictive. Is it doable with free-to-play Zabai? Should be pretty handily doable, yeah. Fearless at least, yeah. Zabai shouldn't struggle as long as you have Columbina or Linnea. Similar to Skirk, basically, I guess. And now Skirk is easier. Skirk's boss is easier. Low HP and easier to deal with, yeah. But yeah, you need like a 2-cost Zabai team should be able to do it, basically. Merge DHC WSP. I can. Okay, so this is what? Right after shield break, which is 97 seconds. Okay. The build quality doesn't seem very impressive. Level 9 talents. It's like... Oh, it's Flute. I guess that makes sense then. Let's see it. Oh, that's pretty massive. That's pretty massive. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rolls. Okay. 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 Never mind. This is an insane build. What the fuck? That's not mid as fuck. You guys just looked at the CV. You got tricked. That's let me count. Is that just the artifact? No, you showed the whole thing. I want to see the artifact. I want to do more math. Nah, pretty mid. You guys have you guys don't play this game. You guys only watch this game. You guys have no idea how this game works. Oh my goodness. I only have chatters that don't know how to play this game. You guys are glarpers. I thought the Linnea stats were the Zabai stats for a second. For me, it's mid. You don't even clear Fearless! You guys have no idea what you're talking about. That was a 36 rolls a buy. You guys are so annoying. I'm gonna... Shut up. You have no idea what you're talking about. I don't want to calc it, because it's gonna be embarrassing for you. My goodness. Alpha Flute is not better than Hod, but if you have like really strong crit rate artifacts, it can get to a point where they're basically equal. My goodness. As a number 0 Linnea main, I can say that the build is built. Well done. Yeah. The build quality is quite high on at least the Zabai. What is this? Caesar or Luga. Should be just a little bit faster. Any constellation tests? Yeah. Slight bit faster. Not by much though. Doesn't surprise me. They're both very low impact. No, no high constellation tests.
Probably also wondering, does Navia G? So I had a smoother fight playing Inefa.
Funny.
On top of that, Inefa adds a shield, so you're taking even less damage.
That is funny.
Putting even less burden on Linnea. I would probably recommend for
Inefa being better than Farina in the Gecko fight. That is hilarious.
Does Navia need a double Geo team? I actually tested her with Itlua and Goro. It was definitely less DPS. But the sad thing is, the more Geo characters you have in your teams, the more suitable it is for Geo fights. So even though my damage was weaker, it wasn't that bad.
Ah. Why was the Nefa clear better? There's very little Hydra here. They should just basically like neutralize each other. The Nefa might just be the GOAT, I guess. C2 Skirk, C2 Farina, Caesar, Esco, Chongyun clears the Dire Gecko. Ah, it's probably Chongyun is in there. That's gonna be a very, very fast Skirk. How is Inefa contributing well here? I feel like the aura would be kind of fucked, no? $100 seconds. Huh. Chongyun breaks the shield. Oh, because of the shield breaking. That's why he's here. I thought it was like, oh, let's speed up the cooldown so we can do 17 billion because of how fast our combos are. I mean, that helps too, probably. Interesting. Chongyun can break the shield by himself. Well, he's shattering and poise damaging at the same time, right? Do you shatter on the shields? You don't shatter on the shield, do you? Is it just the normal attacks? That's interesting tech. It should be fine for C6 Pavica, yeah. Should I use Aqua or Elegy for Linnea? Linnea should be on Aqua, probably. I don't like Elegy. I've actually... Even assuming very, like, generous buff up time on Elegy, it's worse than... I had it worse on Linnea, at least. Then Slingshot. That was a long time ago, so maybe that's not as accurate. But yeah, I would just put it on Goro or call it. Should I change my Zibai build to Espetal? I really doesn't that good at dodging. Should I just bring the Zhongli as well? No. I think it's good to learn to dodge. Just practice it but yeah, the whole point of Linnea's healing is to like make it easier for you to run Harbinger of Dawn.
Speaking of,
I feel like burst every rotation Linnea with Harbinger might not be worse than Espetal and never bursting.
triple Geo teams,
and since you're not good at dodging, you're probably not gonna never burst either.
however, someone who
it might be close.
Better is Ito.
It depends on the build,
Ito
but
is still
Espetal isn't
weaker
far behind Harbinger of Dawn anyway. It depends on your artifacts.
than Navia. He's 2 years
Like,
older than
I have
Navia.
some
He
builds
was
that
2
have
years
it like
older
within
than
like
Zabai.
1%.
Teams like this, very nice.
It depends
Ito.
on your
I highly
build.
recommend it for Ito mains. I actually find Linnea has extra advantages for Ito because I know a lot of people have tried to make Shilonen work well with Ito, but Shilonen didn't work properly with Triple Geo unless you... Lastly, we have constellations. Whereas not only is Linnea stronger, she's designed for this. In Fearless to clear with Noelle, you can definitely see the synergies. Although if you're playing with Noelle, you probably
C2
want to
Iluga, Red Horn,
some more 5-stars,
budget
like
weapons.
Colombina, maybe Farina.
He wasn't even
Linnea's
close.
Off-field geoparticles
Wow,
with Shin
that's
Advance for
bad.
Noelle. More
That
civilian
is bad.
Colombina outside of G is down the.
That is scary.
So how much of a priority is pulling on Linnea's banners? Let's talk
I'll say 50% of the players. A lot of people do use Zhongli because they're scared.
about Zabai. I think Linnea is a priority if you
Zhongli, I mean, if you have C0 Goro and C0 Iluga, Zhongli isn't that bad of a slot at that point.
have low constellations.
You can
on
use him
Goro
instead of those
or Idua,
losers.
because Linnea
Zhongli
is
doesn't
a
shred res with 3 Geo characters. Yeah, she doesn't, unless she's C2.
an upgrade.
In which case she
Even if
does.
you have C6, if you don't have those C6s, she's gonna be an even bigger upgrade. And
Yeah, I think for every Zabai player should get Linnea, but everyone else shouldn't, basically.
she's also a priority even if you have C6 Eatluag, C6 Goro.
It's
but
just
you
still an
want to
upgrade.
strengthen
The
your
game,
Zabai.
the
You
game
wanna
is
min-max
just a power creep city. I mean, getting one pull to get yourself to 200k
your
DPS,
Zabai,
like, why
she's a
not?
priority. Also, to be honest, if you're trying to clear the hardest end game
I
and
am.
you're a Zabai player, she is a priority.
I don't know if I'm gonna get C6. Even if... No way I get 4 Iluga pulls unless I lose 50-50. And even then, maybe not. We'll see. I don't know if they're gonna put Iluga on her banner, but I think they kind of will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
with these new mechanics.
I'm thinking about my clear, and based on everything I've seen, C6 Goro with optimized play, optimized builds, I might be close to clearing Dire with my C0 R0 as a buy.
If you want to know my opinion for Zabai players, who's a
With
bigger
Goro, not Iluga.
priority out of Linnea and Colombina, I'm gonna be honest.
Is Skyward Harp good on Linnea? It's fine. It's the same CV as... It's slightly higher CV than Slingshot. It's basically the same amount of damage. But it has lower crit rate, which means it's a bit easier to build around. You can use it.
I would probably lean slightly more towards Linnea being a
I did
bigger
150 pulls on Zabai and got C2 Iluga. I did the same. I did also 150 pulls. How many did I do? I did more than 150 pulls. Did I do 180? No, I didn't do. I did 140 pulls, actually. Not more, less. I did 140 pulls and got C2 as well. Pissed me off. They never want to give me the good 4 stars. They always give me the shit ones. What was it? How many pulls did we do? I did 44 excess and I lost 50-50 as well. So that's 184 for all on this. But I had some pity, right? No, I didn't have pity. I actually rolled 184 times on this banner. I got 180 in 180 pulls. I got C2 Iluga. And that's all front loaded, by the way. They were all the first couple pulls. 1, 2, and where's the third one? 3, and then another 120 pulls without a single Iluga. They were all front loaded. Where was my last Iluga? It was yeah, okay, so I have had I did 120 pulls without getting a single Iluga. I did 120 pulls without getting a single Iluga.
Early access.
They are incredibly mean. They're not just insanely mean, they're incredibly mean.
because of her proper healing and her off-field geo damage. Linnea's
Skyward Harp and Stringless are basically the same. I already said Skyward Harp is slightly better CV. And it's lower crit rate, so it's easier to build around. It's the same. It won't matter much. Skyward Harp is slightly better. But you could probably find a better use for that weapon on your account.
mechanics are important for the geo content.
It's very small.
However, in my testing,
It is better, but by like less than 1%.
Linnea, Colombina, and Zabai with a 4-star weapon.
But it's easier to
if
build
I
around, which is the nice part.
downgraded Zabai to the flute craftable weapon. This was clearing endgame noticeably faster than Linnea, C6 Aino, and Zabai switching back to her signature weapon. So in my experience, Colombina
is
was
pretty important,
definitely
yeah.
a bigger upgrade for that cost than Zabai's signature, which means honestly you kind of do want both. However, for the
You do want both, yeah.
fourth slot though, you'll be happy to know playing Goro or Itlua is perfectly fine. There is a much smaller gap by comparison between them. Itlua will be slightly more optimal, but Goro is more than fine.
Let's hear your final
comprehensive
thoughts.
meta-analysis for Linnea. Of course, this is my first impressions from early access, so I haven't had the rest of the community testing her for weeks. This isn't going to be the most thorough post-release analysis, but I've been very impressed with her.
I like
and
her
To be fair,
from
there
the
aren't
videos.
that many GOT.
Let's see there. I wonder for clear Hera Dire? Or just Fearless? Fearless, no problem. Even with I know it should be not a problem.
teams, so her role and how she plays in a lot of teams should be quite
The
straight.
Hera is gonna not be a big deal for most accounts. The problem is the Gecko. Here's the video. Please watch it and like it.
Forward, and I think by the end of this video, you should have a good understanding of
Yeah. Linnea good. So what does DHC WSP have been posting? I don't think we need to check Gacha Game. I don't think there's gonna be any more information. Linnea is a pretty simple character, so I don't need to check that many different videos. So, what has he been posting? 9 hours ago, Linnea Early Access C0 is a Binafer Flint's damage test. Sure. What kind of damage test do we have? What about Papilla? Papilla is in a similar position. Also not too difficult. Anyone that has Mawika will be fine. Will be have an easy time dealing with Papilla. C0 R1 Linnea DPS doing 900k damage. That's, yeah, on this whole skill. That's even more. I mean, that's basically just putting all of your damage in one hit. Like, that's not surprising. The whole DPS of that character at KQM standard, not at those insane builds, is 800. Okay, including... Is this the one? Yeah, this is a C0R1. If we add the insane stat line that they have, then yeah, this is just, the character just put all of her damage in one hit. Like, that's not... Yeah, 976k. Like, doing all of your damage in one hit doesn't mean that you're doing crazy damage. It's just you're front loading it, which is an advantage, but it's not crazy. So why are we fighting Potato? It's not more convenient, it's just more damage. Can we brute force Papilla with Nefer? Probably. It has a good amount of hits. Maybe not enough. This is C0 Zebai. I assume everyone has a Sig, and every 4-star has like a R5 thing weapon. Supposed to be a sub DPS, and she is doing a third of the Zebai damage. Why do you guys just look at the big number and assume that means it's stronger? Just slot Sincho into Nefer as the last slot and it'll be fine. Probably. I don't see a reason why Nefer shouldn't be able to clear on Fearless. Dire is the real question, but Fearless, basically anything should work. Any modern team, at least. If you do the 900k hit, that is all the damage she will do. Maybe like a little bit more for the entire rotation. Like maybe 1.2 million DPR. Zebai does over 2 million DPR, and at same investment, probably 3. You can't just look at a character's damage like this. Also, I don't know about this testing. I don't know what the artifacts look like, anything. Just give me the conclusion. I don't really care. Oh, I would like a check here. I don't know what kind of builds he's on here. May last the reaction of the Dire Papilla, including the boss teleporting around and no fast sack, and I just cleared with Skirk's intro, said Lali Escaffair. Was so close, and that's R1 Escaffair and R1 Skirk. On Fearless? Or Dire? Dire. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. So we got a Zebai clear on the Hera with C6 Ilugas, E0 R1 on all of these. Front load here because the rotation ends here. Not a bad idea. Yeah. 37 seconds. All 3 of them. Swaps are kind of slow. Hey, DHCWSP doesn't have a good ping here. Interesting. Where is he from? NA, right? Yeah. No Bina Burst, because we can already do this. Sure. So, yeah. She clears the Herald the fastest out of the three. By a good margin. 92.57. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Level 9 talents. I guess they weren't allowed to go to level 10. He's on Dragon's Bane. Yeah, if you can make it work, yeah. Yeah, I think they might have not been allowed to level 10 talents. Because he would do it, right? Yeah, so this is max possible C0R1 cost. That's not very interesting, is it? Why is no one, like, doing, like, barely doable testing? Why is it free to play Dolphin and Whale? Where's the literal 90% of the player base that just pulls all the characters but none of the signatures? Not 90%, but a solid, like, the majority for sure. It's always like, hey, you have nothing, you have everyone C0R1, or you have everyone C6. Like, come on. He had level 10? Interesting. That was the only one that was level 10. C2 Colombina? I don't know about C2 Colombina, but it's the worst one. But it's not bad since it is flexible. This Abyss is annoying. Also shill for her, so it's like doesn't even help me. Early access, C0, C-buys, all Stygian bosses. Okay, this might be interesting. I kind of want to see, like, does she actually compete with Nefer at C6? Yeah, this is the next Abyss. This was the next Abyss. But this is C0, R1 on everyone, I think. C0, R1 on everyone, clearing in 52 seconds. Oh, I don't know about that. That's kind of scaring me for Dire. Should not have a problem against Papilla. It is like 2% HP. Papilla is like a joke. Yeah! Kill him beforehand, please. Ah! What a joke. What combos? It's normal stuff. I don't think he's doing any combos. It's normal Zabai stuff. Here you can do N4 fully. Yeah, might as well. Then burst the other rotation. Need to wait for particles anyway on Colombina. Feed him. 700, yeah. We saw this clear already. Skill burst. Into skill. Into die. Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't show the time at the end, so I need to just calculate in my brain. 37 seconds. What is this? C6 is the buy team. Navi is in the C6 team. Interesting. She has good app. Didn't use hold skill on Linnea. Shalon in here. This is through the shield. Okay, 10-second clear here. Or 9 seconds, I guess. 2 costs to buy versus Moon Gecko on Fearless. With just Linnea instead of Colombina. But it's C6 Iluga and C6 Aino. C4 shreds Gia, I didn't even know that. Tap skill, like when you mash the skill, you're just looking for big numbers. I mean, probably around 300k. maybe higher, depending on the fights, depending on the buffs. I assume you're gonna use like Goro, maybe. Somewhere around like, probably higher, probably like 600k maybe. You can get like a pretty big nuke going with free-to-play stuff as well. Maybe like 600k. In like a Zabai team with Goro. The C6 Iluga might be higher, yeah. Not sure. It's basically whatever the number here is, but like with Iluga it's pretty simple to see actually, because it's all team-wide buffs, so you don't get anything on field. It should just be this number here with C6 Iluga, whatever this number is. This number is really that small? Wait, no, it's sorry. 360k. Yeah. If you like build around it and like try to like focus on it, you can probably increase this quite a bit. But in just the normal team, if you want to use it, it's probably gonna hit for 360k, yeah. At KQM standard. So maybe like upper bound of 450 at free-to-play investments. Something like that. 300k makes sense, yeah. 300k makes sense. In a Zabai team. In a team focused on her damage, you can probably get it higher. But nah, it's not worth it. One hit and one rotation. It's the same number. Meh. 2 cost Zabai versus Hera. Does the Hera as well. No problemo. Does not do the other one, I guess, because we didn't show that one. But yeah, it's always R1, which is kind of like whatever at that point. Okay. Not that interesting. Okay, I think we're done with this for today. Videos. Let's check out what the Nicole stuff is. Or maybe the nose. What does cost mean? It's 5-star pulls. How many limited 5-star pulls are on the team? It's a very mid system. W7 was the best video, yeah. That's for sure. Okay. Senior observer of Jack Frost behavior, sweet food enthusiast, ambassador for friendly exchanges with wondrous creatures. Very nice. May 23rd birthday, Geo. Alcion, I don't know what that is. The best companion, Lumi, my goat. Power form, normal form. Oh yeah, the power form has these guys in there, I guess. Look at him. Look at her dance. So cute. What is this? Lumi is a Jack Frost, one of the 6 common types of fairies in the tundra. Okay. Until the day Lumi pulled out the pair of maracas from behind her back. So that's how it is. So these fairies just have maracas, I guess? This is her signature dish. It has like a Lumi built into it. Melusine observation. Hello, Miss Melusine, may I pet you? Oh, no, no. You can't do that. No, you can't do that, Linnea. They're people, not pets. Who was always absorbed. Little Aino was so adorable. Wait a second. Oh yeah, she did like stalk Aino. Let's pretend like that was a normal thing to do. I'll keep making more. Someday I'll make something she truly loves. Oh, she makes robots. Wait, like Aino keeps making robots, and like the robot phobic Linnea is like, I don't like robots, and so she's like, okay, I'll make one that you like eventually. Interesting. That's their dynamic, I guess. That's cute. So what are these Nicole things? It's similar to Sincho Yalan type coordinated attacks, just without elemental application. Okay, so this is already fucking insane. We just got here. This is Nicole leaks apparently, which I already don't believe, because like, what the fuck do you mean? She attacks without applying pyro. What does that mean? Linnea's looking good. Linnea is strong. Surprisingly though, not like an easy clear for Fearless if you get her. So that's interesting from Hoyo. Definitely gonna just tell people to not pull Linnea and skip the Stygian. Thank you, Hoyo. Making it easy for me to just say that. We get the leaks basically the day before the patch comes out, yeah. Should be. It's like coordinated attacks, but the crit stats are taken from the on-field character. Not sure whether it benefits from normal attack skill. The crit stats, so it's like a coordinated quills, I guess? Is that what they mean? Like, it's like quills, but they like, instead of being applied to an attack, they externally attack as well without doing application. Well, then I guess that you could see it. Then I guess I could see it as like, it's just like external, putting the quills outside of the attack. That's not that crazy. This is Nicole, apparently. The additional damage is not at Shenyun level, except to be lowered and C1 gives a significant boost to the additional damage. Okay, so like, it's just more damage. It's quills, but worse for reaction carries, because, I mean, it doesn't react, but it doesn't, yeah, they just don't react. Interesting. Attack buff is triggered by skill. Additional damage is triggered by burst. Okay, it's easier. The buffs are mainly attack plus additional damage. Okay, so just an attack buffer with like I guess it's not crazy for them to make that not apply pyro if it's basically just quills. I don't know if that's universal. We don't have enough information. This is not enough information. Again, once more they have given me not enough information to say anything. Yeah, no, like Moika C6, I guess, yeah. It's not, I guess, completely new, but no elemental app, people are talking about it like it's like a bad thing. Like, no, that's actually a good thing. There's enough application going around in the existing teams, and if anything, not having application means that she's more likely, has more versatile, because she can be played in teams that don't want to have a pyro aura. Damage bonus wouldn't affect them unless Nicole's own damage bonus does. I don't know how this... Something is gonna affect them, probably. We have no leaks about the child character. Don't call them that. No real leaks about anything else. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait. Also, I don't know if she's next patch anyway. Okay. So. Leaker is unknown, though. Yeah. I don't know. It's all the same. Okay, so, should we do some Abysstyigianing now? This doesn't look like Varka will get a buff. It doesn't look big, to be honest. But we don't know what the numbers are, again. Like, we just don't know anything. We still don't know anything. Go to Nicole mains to see the leaks. That means they're probably even less reliable leaks. If I go to Nicole mains, there will probably be even less reliable leaks. Character main subs are very prone to gas leaks, which are leaks that just, like, someone made up and they believe because it makes the character seem like crazy. Never go to a character subreddit for information on the character. First mistake in Genshin Impact. Going to a character subreddit for info on the character. First of all, it's mostly art. Second of all, the info that you will find is terrible. Is the new Stygian also out? No. We still have a couple days of the old one. So if anyone still needs help with the old Abyss, you may ask me now. This Abyss or this Stygian, anyone need help? Now is the time to ask. In the meantime, I was getting kind of worse results here. I keep thinking about the fact that I need to consider the IT buffs as well. I can tell my fans stopped running because my game started to lag. I can tell. Need to give that guy a spin. Are you helping Stygian? Yeah. Stygian, Abyss, whatever. We had some requests earlier from Meme Sword. I don't know if they're still here.
For dust up.
Sure, Tempest. You may send in a request. Exclamation point VA. Type it into the chat, fill out the form, and tell me when you're finished. Since the Nefa isn't really bad here, like, what if this team just does just as well here against the Gecko? How can I apply? Type exclamation point VA into the chat, you will see a link. A link will be sent.
Wayne, 3 moons converge in Isolation chamber deployed.
Annihilation mode. Without further ado.
The more consistent application will mean I burst more though. Because I don't burst every rotation, I burst once every 5 rotations.
Smite the dust.
How much damage do you do with a Luga and Goro Usabai? 150k. I do 150k.
Smite the dust. Lofty wisdom will show us the way.
Sure. 171k. Got it. I do 150k with Goro Luga. I will probably get to 180k with Linnea Zabai. With Linnea instead of Luga. Probably somewhere around 180k. What should I do to prepare my account for next Stygian? I mean, what do you have? It depends. But most of the time, there's nothing you can really do. I need to figure out the strategies once I fight it. So, like... So stop adding me. I see the message just the same way if you add me or not. That doesn't work on my side. Should I build her as a sub DPS or another Fav holder? I mean, she does reasonable damage in mostly every single team that she does, so she should probably be built for damage. Okay. VA. What is so hard about VA? Or Abyss or Stygian? Exclamation point anything. All of that works. There you go. Fill out the form. Come on. So let me see. Does anyone have any... Is anyone that has sent a request recently here? We have a total of 81 responses. Love that. Who was the most recent, I guess? iPod, are you still here? You were here early in the stream. Yeah, you are. Oh, this is a Dire clear. That's not going to happen. I want to see the limit of my account on Dire. I probably can't clear it. What do we have? Flynn's? Nah, that's not good enough. The other two work, yeah. Same situation as every other account I've been on. You can do 2 out of 3. Actually, you don't have Kazuo. So the middle one will be the top one will be a little hard, but it should be fine. C1, Moika thing. I can do 2 out of 3. That's about it. I don't think no amount of building these guys is gonna help. It needs to be very precise, very specific, amazing builds. I can try it. I mean, nothing else to do. Needs to be a much better build quality. It's not gonna be very close. Not really, Ryu. Can Navi do the new Stygian Onslaught boss? It doesn't seem like it, no. Not without Linnea, and even with Linnea, she struggles. This new boss seems very hard. Definitely a bit harder than I expected. But yeah, I put you may send me the info. I can do D2 on top, I guess. Warm up, I guess. I've been added in general. So 140. Yeah, 140 sounds about right for Kekium standard Skirk. Yeah. You need to send me an update message. How often do I have to have this conversation with people? I don't keep 70 chats open from 70 different people. You need to send me an update message. The chat I've had with you is closed. Why is... Every time I need to have this conversation. What about support Fav, Navia, Burst Spam? I mean, it needs Linnea and Zabai. And not Zabai, Linnea and Colombina. And it should work pretty fine. Linnea plus Colombina should be enough for Navia to clear, but it's not going to be worth pulling for Linnea just to clear this Stygian. I would just skip this one. Okay, let's go on this account and see what we can do. Not much, but I can do 2 out of 3. Just doing some Awika combo practicing and some Skirk combo practicing. Let's see it. Viewer Stygian for iPod. But yeah, I can't recommend anyone pull Linnea just to get this one Stygian cleared. I mean, Navia Linnea is still her best team, I guess. I sent the request. I will check it out in a minute. We can use Chongyun. He's Mr. Doesn't matter. Mine's a C5. The Navi's Constellation do very little, but yeah, maybe then it should be fine.
Strike a pose.
Even if they do little, she's not far away probably.
Fourth, my blade.
Extinguished.
Mine to wield. Ha.
Let my name echo in song. A little amuse-bouche. The pinnacle of
Swift and merciful.
Surge.
Mine to wield.
Doesn't have enough crit rates. Doesn't have enough ER
Shower me with praise. Let the world come
on anyone.
breathe.
Fourth, my blade.
Goose on the loose.
Is he not on Fav? What is he on? What is he on?
Let my name echo
I changed the artifact skirt.
pinnacle of excellence.
The Skirk artifacts are fine. The problem is
Annihilate.
Miss Farina and Escoffier not having enough energy recharge at all. Like, not even close to enough energy recharge to burst every rotation, which is kind of the whole point.
The stars fade.
Why is he on Pride? He does no damage. Put him on Fav, bro. What? He does negative damage. What is he on, man? There can't be only Noblesse sets. Oh my god. What's with these builds, man? Where's the onset ER sense? I need both of them on ER sense. Oh my god. You don't have the builds for this. This should maybe be able to do this. Maybe that's enough. Yeah, Farina was much rather be on a support set than Escoffier, by the way. Farina does much less damage than Escoffier does.
A little
So I don't know what the goal there was.
Spirit blade.
Power.
Let the world come alive. Goose on the loose.
One with my blood.
Doesn't even do anything. I'm using Chongyun wrong, right? When does he reduce my skill cooldown? I'm supposed to use him at a different time, right?
Time to shine.
Much better.
Strike a dash of frosting. The pinnacle of
A touch of frost.
Fuck it,
Submit
use a
for
burst.
judgment.
annihilate.
Mine to wield.
No, the ult doesn't fucking do anything. I'm not missing the ults.
Let the world come alive. A little
The ult is
amuse-bouche.
wasting me time.
Goose on the loose.
Swift and merciful.
Unless
From
it-
whence you came.
Unless I don't need to wait. The time is wasted no matter what. Perfect.
Shine. Strike the pinnacle of excellence.
Fourth, my blade. Submit for judgment.
Power.
Alright, for Noblesse! I do miss the ults. Fuck, why'd you put Noblesse on him?
Let the world come alive. Goose on the loose.
From whence you came.
Fearless.
Into the void.
There you go. Why'd you put Noblesse on him? That's so random. What would he be on anyway, I guess? What else would you do? Nah, whatever. You don't care what the last slot is. Was it R1? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Good enough. We basically did this with 3 characters. He didn't do anything. I didn't even use the burst. Enough, at least. So this is kind of tricky because Sucrose is a little awkward. And yeah, this doesn't work anyway. This one doesn't work anyway.
Sir, cleanup sequence.
And it's never even close to working on any account I've been on.
Close
It's
your
kind of
eyes.
insane what the requirements for this are. This is one of those.
To dust.
ER? Not enough. Not even close to enough ER on anyone.
Stand clear.
Cool.
Be silent. Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark? Be silent. Do you fear the dark?
Fuck, what am I doing?
Absorption test. A new moon rises.
The Fliss damage does not look very good, yeah.
Preparing for dust up. Stand clear.
This is just
Close your
impossible.
eyes.
Because
Observe.
Koyo decided it was... Oh yeah, I didn't hit that. That's bad. Skill issue. But it's not even close.
To dust.
Swirl. Mark.
Even if we did hit everything. The game is just mean, man. You have C0 of every character, but it's still not enough. But this is enough. So we can do this. Why would you want you instead of Bennett? Thank you. Let's say you have like Sig on Trilonin or something. Even then, to be honest, wouldn't be good enough. If this is R1, then you're gonna be mad with 160R.
Burn it.
We need the burst. Let's see if we have enough energy recharge. No, we do not.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Off we go.
Scarab Blade Bennett,
Light it
cooking.
up.
I mean, not necessary here.
Ha.
Mika's on attack. It's Sigma Mika, it shouldn't matter.
Rev the engines. Ha. Rev the.
Everybody stand. Absorption test. Enhanced animal module 75. Animal test 6.
Show no mercy.
I don't know how to do this.
Rev from the skies.
Yeah, it didn't even matter.
Right.
I didn't even need to know how to melt.
I'm going in.
Absorption test.
Get to work. You two. Tight light of the blazing sun.
Oh, too long. Sometimes the hitbox is bigger, sometimes it's smaller. I don't know what to do about it.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Everybody stand. Animal hypostasis emulation. Stand clear.
Show no mercy.
Fuck.
Laline. East Papa.
No energy.
Plastic surge. Incinerate.
Come on.
Let's light it up. I'm going it.
Not very likely.
You two.
Very
Time
low
to
damage
light
on the
up
melts.
blazing sun.
Yeah, Millie. Oh my god.
Incinerate.
Doable though.
Incinerate.
Does Sucrose still need EM with me using her with Arca? No. The EM doesn't matter. All you want is like maybe energy recharge to burst every rotation, to be honest. That's about it. 900 EM share. Yeah, sure. 1000 floating dreams. That's not a real weapon. Again, we're like maxing EM for the C1, but the C1 is not that good. C1 is not that good. Scarab Blade, Bennett. What? Emblem on Bennett. What are we doing, bro? What the hell are you doing? Emblem on Bennett? That's just minus damage for no reason. Yeah, it's great. That is good. Do you have a... Alright, we use Noblesse on Chongyu and you only have one single set. Right. Okay. Okay. I guess we're doing that. Let's get an ER sense on you, I guess. You don't have one, do you? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, I guess. You have some ER heavy pieces already on her. Already on her. At least the highest amount we can get. Maybe not here. Oh no. Yeah, it is here. Yeah, it's kind of low ER. Yeah, they only had one noblesse. Need a second noblesse. Need like a third noblesse. Maybe a fourth noblesse would help as well. That'd be a good idea.
6308. Absorption test. Animal test.
I like Sacrifice on her here. Especially with this little damage happening all around. Not damage, this little like energy moving around.
Adventure time.
Stand clear.
Yeah, I need this as well. And then the reset. Okay, let me try this, into this,
Mark 2. Absorption test.
into this.
Suffer the wrath of the pyroclastic surge. Incinerate.
That doesn't help me. One guy was just behind me the whole time. I don't know. Why does the music keep stopping? Jesus Christ, deleted video. Then put it out and continue. Why is the stream elements thing so bad? I don't know. That setup wasn't even better than the other one.
Let's light it up.
Stand clear. Animal test 6308. Absorption test. Stand
Absorption
clear.
test. Stand clear.
Everybody stand. Yeah.
Yeah, you have two possible bosses, and the third one is not even close. Just partially due to not having two groupers. Or like something to like replace Sucrose at least.
Absorption test.
I'm going in.
Enhanced animal module 75. Stand clear.
What did I do here?
Show no mercy. You two. Wrath from the skies. Incinerate. Incinerate.
Are we just not hitting this guy, or are we not critting on him? Because I don't know which one is worse. I think we're just not hitting him. Why is there always a guy that doesn't get hit?
Try and stop me. Let's light it up.
Absorption test.
I should probably just run Yansan, to be honest.
Animal test.
Meld is just
6308.
annoying. Specifically with Sucrose.
Everybody stand.
Sucrose meld is not even like a thing. I've seen like one run of that. It's so inconsistent. Sucrose is just a terrible grouper.
Absorption test.
Just a bad grouper. Oh yeah, now you get swapped.
Yeah. Let's light it up. I'm going in.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Stand clear.
Laline, eat Papa.
I'm never gonna hit that skill, am I?
Surge.
Thank you.
Incinerate.
Okay, now she doesn't crit anymore. Whatever. Oh my godness.
Full throttle.
She didn't hit her!
Animal test 60.
Okay, I'm gonna crash out against this fucking blob.
Everybody stand.
I do a whole skill,
Show no mercy.
and she doesn't fucking...
Suffer the
I
wrath
give
and
up.
light of the blazing sun.
1.2 million. More than enough damage to do it. I'm just getting some random shit happening too much.
Incinerate. Burn it down. Let's light it up.
Come on, stop! That's literally never supposed to happen.
Swirl. Mark 2. Stand clear.
Fulfill our pact.
Oh my goodness, Lali's ER is terrible.
Eat Papa. Wrath from
Why
the
are they
skies.
all over the place? I'm not even gonna hit all of them. I didn't. Ah, this is so random. I assumed the Ansem wasn't built, yeah. I don't think she's C6 either. The artifacts are fine. It's just, I don't know any setup that makes sense here. None of these setups make any sense.
I'm going
All of them are terrible. Like, I saw one that, like, loses the Pyro Burst infusion right when you go to Sitlali, I guess.
Light it up.
That one runs, like... No, that doesn't work.
Animal hypostasis.
Teamwork is trick. Get to work.
Yeah,
You
none of
two.
this works.
Time to
Stand clear.
light of the
None of
blazing
this works
sun.
properly.
Incinerate. Ugh.
This is so stupid. What would Shallonen do instead of Bennett? Why is Bennett the issue? How is Shallonen gonna help me group them properly while still getting a swirl?
6308.
That doesn't do anything.
Let's light it up.
Damage is fine. The issue we have is a very different one. It's Sucrose not having enough energy recharge, and us not having ER sense.
Throttle. Ugh. Incinerate. Incinerate.
Okay.
Huh?
Like this?
Mark 2.
Hello?
I'm going in.
Something like this. That makes sense.
Lolling. Eats Papa. Pyroclastic
If
surge.
they were all there, we could do something like this. Yeah. And then we can do the full rotation afterwards. Yeah, I get it.
Rev the engines. Huh?
Stand clear. Animo test 6308. Stand clear.
Did she miss that skill? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Show no mercy.
I hate this boss fight. I need better ER. I'm not gonna play this like this. Fuck the damage. ER send Sucrose, please. You have 2 on the account. Well, that's awesome. So what was the off piece? This? We don't have an onset, so we're losing double EM. Lovely. That's why I didn't want to do it. My Solali do more melt than Moika. Then you're playing it wrong.
Try and stop me. Let's light it up.
Boop.
Animo
Boop.
test 6308.
Get all the 3 energy. And look at that. She's already full.
Everybody stand
And we can
back.
easily go to Bennett and get his burst back in the 12 seconds we wait for this. Then we're gonna do Sucrose Burst, infuse with Pyro, right before he goes away.
Absorption
Okay,
test.
that didn't work. Okay, like
Animal
here.
hypostasis emulation.
Teamwork is.
Stand clear.
Get to work.
Okay.
Suffer the wrath from the skies.
What? What? What do you mean that didn't kill? What? What? What happened? Did I not swirl Pyro or something? I guess I might have not swirled Pyro.
Rev the end. Let's
What do you mean
light it
that didn't kill the minions?
Stand.
What the helly?
Everybody stand back.
It's a little late, to be honest. That is crazy.
Let's light it up.
Swirl. Mark 2. Yeah.
Teamwork is.
Animo test 60.
Show no mercy.
Okay, that's not gonna hit any of them.
It's light of the blazing sun.
Yeah. Okay, Moika's.
Incinerate.
I need them to be super centered. It's not a good idea, iPods. You don't have good damage. It works,
Light
but
it
is it a
up.
good
Everybody
idea? No.
stand back.
I know to play Yansa Mevkek. There's nothing to it, right? You just move. Don't start a move now.
Enhanced animal module 75.
This needs some timing.
I'm going in.
Absorption test.
Suffer the wrath from the skies.
Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. Some of them still have Pyro on them. How the fuck does that happen?
Incinerate.
Yeah, I give up. I'm gonna infuse the burst of Cryo like I used to. Instead of his terrible.
Full throttle.
Boop.
Let's
Boop.
light it up.
Boop.
Stand clear.
Boop.
Animal test
Boop.
63.
Short delay between all of them. Get the
Everybody
burst.
stand back.
Get him down.
Let's light it up.
Get my 40 seconds drop. The Sucrose is pissing me off.
Doesn't hurt.
Okay.
I'm going in.
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Get to work.
So Lolly doesn't have an FAR.
Eat Laline. Eat Papa.
Stand clear.
Pyroclastic surge.
Ah! I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die. It might be bad. I don't know if I did 440. But yeah, 440 sounds more reasonable than 420. I mean, my rotation was just Jansson before Bennett, if that helps.
Everybody stand. Fulfill our pact. Sha.
Kazu's pull value increased with this boss? I guess, but the boss is gone now. I don't think so.
Let's light it up.
Okay.
Teamwork is swirl. Mark 2.
Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath from the skies.
May I? It's always one guy, man. I can't play this. There's always one guy. It's so random. And it's so useless because we aren't clearing anyway.
Absorption test.
Get to work. Laline, East Papa, Pyroclastic Surge. Incinerate.
Oh my god, this fucking thing. Yeah, I hate Sucrose. Like, genuinely, she's terrible.
Animal test 6
Like,
degrees
actually
right. Absorption.
horrifyingly bad.
Let's light it up. Ugh.
That's just really bad. I don't want to play this anymore. This shit sucks. Shit is unplayable. It works. Yeah, you could clear. Do you care because you can't clear the other one? Meh. Meh. Let's go to the next account. It is doable, though. I could give it a couple hours. But since it's not going to get a clear anyway, let's not waste those hours. We'll only take like one. Okay, next request. Tempest. Dire Stygian. Why would do Dire? On Asia Ping, I can't do Dire no matter what. You don't even have Flints. No, I do. Level 80. Why is he level 80? He should be level 90. Yeah, Skirk works. Pavica works. Just need the good build. Let's see the build quality. On this weapon? Not on that ping, no. Oh, this weapon even worse. No, not possible. I mean, it is technically possible, just not with this build. So, not possible. Needs a way better build. Also, why is she built from Melt? Do you have Sitlali? I guess Sitlali Kazuha. Sitlali Kazuha. I guess. That is a little bit stronger. No one triggers the passive in that team. Janssen is C1, so this weapon is completely useless on her. I wish this was there. No, that's not possible. At best, I could do Skirk. That's a really bad Azurite Skirk, though. Why? Guess low crit rate. Top 27%, but this with 29 rolls? Really? Wow. What's with the Skirk Sig leaderboard? That's crazy. It's not a bad build. No, this is manageable. Yeah. Yeah, you can do the bottom one. Do you care for me to do that? I managed to get yours Duckle down to 1% HP, but it was with Sucrose and Mavs with Lolly Jean sounds... Yeah, it's not even possible. I don't even think that's... Like skill cancel, like, ugh. The Pavica isn't strong enough for that. On Asia Ping, this is not doable. Yeah, I can't even do the Skirk, probably. Yeah, I don't think there's a point in even hopping on, to be honest. Like, Dire's not even nearly in the bag. They had the wrong build on Mav? I don't know if that changes much. Top 12%. Why did I get the top 12? Man, still. I still don't think that's probably enough. Pavica's not strong, so there's no points. The Pavica needs more, yeah. And the middle can't be done anyway. No matter what you tried. Too high ping, Tempest. Too high ping. Ping is a big influence. So, I mean, I didn't actually intend to stream today anyway, so... If we don't have anything else, we're gonna just call it. Let's do it again, Shindle. Oh, it's obviously Amber. 2.x, maybe early 3.x? No, it's 2.x probably. Unless it's a Sumeru, unless it's a Leo character. Could be a Leo character, but they only released Dendro Leo characters in 3.3 or something. Oh, no, Baiju was 3.5. Yao Yao was 3.2 though. This could be Yao Yao. Craziest pull of my life, Yao Yao. Fuck. It's not Dendro, I'm stupid. It's Shenhe. Also, she was in the same patch as him. Never mind. I take it all back. I don't know. A lot of polearms in Inazuma. But it is from Leo, so it has to be Shenhe, no? When did she come out? 2.5? Yeah, Shenhe. Do not fall prey to the darkness. I have no mercy, though perhaps you can stand your ground alone. Who the fuck talks like this? Who the fuck talks like this? Someone who's very edgy. Do not fall prey to the darkness. I have no mercy. This sounds like Skirk. I have no mercy. Arlecchino. Is this like Kinich and it's like and it's like a How talking or something? I have no mercy. Sino? I got nothing. Dea, Clorind, all the edgelords. Tell me.
Do not fall prey to
Oh,
the
it is him.
darkness. I have no mercy.
No, it's not.
Though, perhaps you can stand your ground alone.
It's Xiao. Embarrassing. I forgot about the OG edgelord. What's that? It's like a fox. It's a weird looking fox. It's not a Yayamiko fox. What is that? Razor Burst? It is Razor Burst. It's a weird looking wolf thing. Daily Emoji. It's the moon. It's obviously Lila and not Zabai. It's obviously Moon Prayer. Columbina. Church. Moon Prayer. Rosaria? Wait, Barbara? Wait, what church? Which church? There's only one church. Is this Rosaria or something? It is Rosaria. What a weird-ass character. Yeah, llama would also make sense. What weird-ass emojis. When they say church, I'm thinking they mean the specific church. And there's only one, so... Yeah, bat wouldn't have helped much, to be honest. This is weird. I could see a lot of people losing today, but I'm gonna keep my streak going. I could see a lot of people losing today. Okay, let's check the OST guesser. No idea. No concept of a plan, of a inkling of an idea. Nothing has happened yet. Come on, do something. Come on. Please. Okay, I think that ending bit is something. That's like Inazuma coded. Maybe Inazuma, maybe Liyue. What is a calm character from those regions? No one is calm in Inazuma. Maybe Ayato. Maybe it is Liyue though. I'm just gonna go with Ayato. It is Inazuma. It is a sword user from Inazuma. Is it Ayaka? It's Ayaka. Wrong twin. Wrong twin. See, you can peep stuff like this. Even when the game gives you literally nothing, with 2 minutes of absolutely nothing happening, just a little bit of that has that Inazuma twang, and it's calm, so it's one of these guys. There you go. That's all I needed. That's Inazuma. Do you want me to be specific? I assume not. Where's... No, no. Cool. Yeah, it's the islands. Everyone got this. I'm not the GOAT. 75% of people got it in first try. That tried this. What are the character stats, actually? Now, this one took a bit. This one took most people also 2 tries. The same kind of people like me play this, so the stats are kind of, you know, in favor of knowing stuff. But yeah, if we're done for today, if no one else has any requests from me, I think we can call it, right? What about sending you guys over to 7? What's he doing right now? He's abyssing. Yeah, I'm gonna send you guys over to 7. We just watched his video, so I'm gonna rate him for it. So yeah, I'll send you guys over to 7. We'll be back tomorrow with whatever we do there, I guess. I don't know. Is anything interesting happening? Maybe some more leaks. We'll see. If not, I'll figure something out. But yeah. Wait a second. I lost the OBS window to... There you go. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.